Can you hear me, Jerry? Can you hear me, Trey?
I hear you.
All right. I can't tell if I'm on the audio. Hold on. Yo, 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 yo. I'm not hearing myself on the stream. Buckets, you fucked up, bro. You never give a girl your hoodie, man. Don't you know that? Rule number one. Can you hear me, Jerry? Can you hear me, Trey? Yo, what's up, beautiful? How you doing? All right. I can't tell. Good to see you, man. I hear you, Jerry. Can you hear me? I'm not hearing myself on the stream. I'm here. Oh wait, I'm hearing myself on the stream now. Okay, we got a big delay. Got you. I hear you, Jerry. Can you hear me? She's on the panel. You ready? Ready, Jerry? We all good? Let's do it. Welcome to the IRL Alpha Pre-Show, where we talk all things Web3, tech, culture, here from the beautiful Venice, California in IRL Studios. First, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. First up, let's go to Moonworld. Moonworld. Check out our sponsor, Moonworld. M00M World. Scan that QR code, you might get a little treat. Partnered with Alien Friends and a kid called Beast. Moonworld. Let's give a shout out to our another sponsor, Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult. If you don't know Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult, what are you doing? Are you even in this space? They have a comic. They have an animation. They have a... Besides the animation, what else do they have? They have... Wow, why am I like already like, yeah. They have an animation coming out with the creator of John Wick by Titmouse. Check out Moonworld, and a video game. They got the Shadow Hats on Ordinals. Check out Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult. And let's give a shout out to our final sponsor. Follow me, boss. Excuse me. Our final sponsor, the official beer of IRL Alpha, Friday Beers. It's a Thursday, but we drink on Fridays. That's how we do. Let's see who we can interview. Let's see what we can do. Let's go to... I'm going to go to Buckets right away. Because I got to go to Buckets.
Myself to see if there's some way to integrate it, but the least amount that I would need.
I love interrupting people's conversations.
Yeah,
this is just
so
how I do
much.
it. This is just how I do, dude. It's my
going?
shtick. It's my shtick. Buckets, man. You work with OD Labs, and you guys have a sick drop coming out where you burn the FNIC chips or Founder Pass to get the Lulus, man. Explain a little bit about that.
100%. So essentially, we have a mint coming out. It's the mint that we've been preparing for 6 months. It's everything has been leading up to this moment. We're releasing a first of its kind on-chain generative AR collection, 10K collection, the first of its kind. And right after reveal, an iOS app will be launched, so you can connect your wallet, see your gallery of augmented reality assets, and basically activate them. And the one that's been, the AR experience that you will have is the same art that's verified on chain, attaching proof of ownership to augmented reality experiences. Right now, what we're doing is actually the founders passes. The burn is live. We've been airdropping these passes for 6 months. They were fully allocated, and now it's time to burn it for the ultimate access for the founders to actually not only mint themselves, but onboard people to the community by a community-driven distribution model. Los himself has a pass. Hopefully you burnt it already.
I have not burned yet, but I will burn.
You will. Burn is, burn's gonna be over a couple days before mint.
Whatever, procrastinator.
But we will give everyone ample amount of time and notice before we close the burn. So that's what's happening.
Love you, Buckets, man. Thank you for that, man. I'm gonna go. Let's keep it OD, and let me go to Max in this sick OD hoodie right here.
Called it.
Max just had a sick video that you did for Win, right? Like you're just like blowing up in the space. Max, tell us about yourself. What are you doing? What's going on?
No, thanks, because honestly, it really is just like what's going on that no one's talking about. Like Buckets had to listen to me talk about when for like a week last week. I haven't even spoke about it this week because everyone else is talking about it now. But it was like I knew this was gonna be a big thing. I knew the whole like Jupiter airdrop was coming, and like the when token was. It honestly is history, right? It's Solana history, and like say what you want about it, it's history. So I'm with it. It's like biggest airdrop, like 1 million people claimed it, which is crazy. Like 1 million people in this space is just like a crazy number. And yeah, I like to just make the videos to tell people about this, like throw them like some of the stats and stuff, because as boring as like content can be, at the same time people actually learn. And like 8 people commented, wow, you made me $100 today because they claimed their win and sold it right then and there. Like, but you know what? Like they did it, so I'm glad that I was able to help people do that.
That's the alpha. You get an airdrop, you sell right away before it drops. Now, you work with OD Labs. You got this amazing hoodie you stole from Buckets. Tell us a little bit about OD Labs.
To me, I'm one of the like 333 founders. That's like the core community, as you are. And so
Shout out OD Labs.
shout out OD. It's going to be the first on-chain XR asset, which like is just so exciting for me personally, because we have these JPEGs, right? And like, yeah, they're NFTs. Yeah, they're minted on the blockchain. Yeah, we can see what like the provenance and like, you know, all the on-chain data, but at the same time, what can you really do with it? What are you really getting out of having the JPEG? Like, you're like, oh, the community, the merch, the like all the other things, but like this itself is the asset. It comes to life. It has an app with it. You're gonna be able to tie it into fashion, music, art, like everything, and that's why I'm excited for the Lulus. They're gonna speak for themselves.
Now, you're a bit of a fashionista yourself, so it's like talk about the future of fashion and it being integrated on-chain.
NFC chips. But not just NFC that takes you to like a URL, NFC that's tied to anything on chain. So you can actually tie smart contract to a physical product. And then when you put that on chain, you can do things like where to earn. So for instance, if you ask me where I got my hoodie and you tap the chip, and then for instance, you go to buy it from that landing page, it's like on the back end, there's a on-chain affiliate link that sends you a percentage, like a royalty of that sale from whoever you were like, yo, go buy this OD hoodie, let's say, and you go and buy the OD hoodie on, you know, your own phone that you tapped it with. Me, who has that chip tied to it, I get the royalty on a physical product. So that's the future of fashion in me.
So that's the alpha right there. You heard it straight from Max. Max, where can we find you on socials?
Web3 Max, 2 X's across everything.
Yo, you heard it here first. That's the alpha. Yo, Max, appreciate you. Let's see, who are we going to go to next? Let me go to my absolute favorite Giga Chad, who I got confused for and felt very, very proud of. Let's go to BitGod. I'm going to totally interrupt BitGod and Rudy's conversation because that's what I do. Hi, BitGod. How are you doing?
Hello. How are you? How are you?
How are you doing, BitGod? Well, let's go stand in the light. Come to the light, my son. Come to the light.
Hello.
Maybe we could do it on production day,
So, no, that's for you to hold. I got one right here. BitGod, man.
I like the upgrade.
You like that, right?
Yeah. We're running it.
So, man, you just came back from the Ordinals Are Dead show.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about Ordinals Are Dead, what we're doing with IRL Alpha, how you're pushing the gospel of Ordinals.
Man, a lot of stuff, right? We had Ordinals Are Dead show earlier. Some of our best numbers so far. Then on the show, we talked about a lot of the shit that's happened, of course, in the past week. One of the most exciting or more exciting things, I think, that I've been a little bit excited about is wrapped sats.
Tell us about wrapped sats, man. Come on, tell us about wrapped
pretty
sats.
degen. It's basically giving you the ability to sort of inscribe on locked sats. So, like, as an example, Satoshi, like, in his wallet, he has billions of sats, right? And so, why is that off limits? Like, why can't we do something with that? And I think like wrapped sats is sort of just a simple, stupid protocol that is sort of making the case for maybe you can't. Like maybe you can sort of inscribe upon those in sort of social consensus way and have a little fun. And that's basically what it is, just a little degen side of things. So that's what wrapped sats are.
Now, what are you excited about that's coming in the ordinal ecosystem? Like, what's minting? Where can we make a quick flip? Where can we get that cash?
So
that's all it's about.
we were all, I don't know if you want to pan, I mean, we're all just over here on our
I was
laptops
there.
at IRL Alpha, right? Trying to mint something cats, something, I'll leave that out.
Well, what is that name? I think.
Something CC0 cats. That's all I know.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's what I guess the mint was. I think it should be a little flip. I'm not sure. Also some funny kind of art, memeable art. And other than that, I think
It's
there's
like
a lot.
cats, but like the Bitcoin puppets.
Yeah,
on that
exactly.
art. Yeah,
Derivative
like
of sort of the Bitcoin puppets. They took the Bitcoin puppets original and then they fed it into their LLM and sort of outputted a bunch of these sort of little figures. So they're crazy. But yeah.
When's your next quadrillions drop, man? Because that's what I want to know. I saw you post something today with like Slime Sunday. One of my
Yes.
favorite artists
Yeah,
in
yeah,
space.
yeah.
Amazing artist.
Man.
If you don't know Slime Sunday, go check out Slime Sunday. Tell us when the next quadrillions drop is happening.
Yeah, so I think we're probably going to have some announcements, I think, soon on that. We've been really cooking hard. I don't know. I think we're just incredibly passionate about bringing art and culture to Bitcoin. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think dates, we haven't announced anything yet. Slime Sunday is one of those amazing sort of artists that I absolutely love. And he's really interested in ordinals as well. He had some sort of interesting ideas. But yeah, there's a lot of artists, I think, just over these past 2 or 3 weeks that were interested in ordinals because of Thank You X and some of these other people that dropped on Ripcash and that dropped on ordinals. So it sort of gave them the right to sort of think about it a little bit more. But yeah, that's what's upcoming.
And when can we find this drop, man? Because it's like I'm looking forward to the next quadrillions drop.
I mean, I would
so
say-
it's Real Dom.
Yeah, dude.
We had Thank You X. We have a lot of bigger artists now from ETH coming over to the space. Tell us about
We
that.
also had, of course, Terrell Jones here at IRL Alpha.
We did have
2
Terrell
weeks ago,
Jones.
last week, I
Yes.
think. Yeah, something like that. But no, I love Terrell Jones. I'm looking forward to more of his sort of ordinals art. Lots working on that. But no, I mean, where can we find it? I think just on my Twitter. I think that's sort of best. Like, just want to stay up to date. I've been less sort of tweeting, less active on the spaces, just more cooking. Less sort of talking, more doing. So, yeah.
You have a really small Twitter account from what
Yes.
I noticed.
Yeah.
Where can we find you on Twitter, man?
I'm just at BigGod21. Just having
Not
fun on
Buck
Twitter. No, not BuckGod. Not Buck. No BuckGod.
Yo, big up, man. Love you, bro.
Thank you so much, man.
Yo,
IRL Alpha is the alpha.
IRL Alpha is the alpha. You heard it from Bitcoin himself.
IRL Alpha is the alpha.
Mic drop. Let's keep it ordinals focused, and let me go to one of my other favorite ordinal MFers. I'm gonna tap her on the shoulder. Well, hello, Jen. May I? Well, come up. You do have. Oh, we can crouch. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Oh, I feel so gangster right now. I feel like in my cholo phase right now. So what's up, Jen?
Just like my comfortable, like, ready to pounce, Nothing. I just made a wrapped inscription. I don't know. I feel like so much is going on this week.
Tell us about what's going on this week.
I don't fucking know, honestly. A lot of good stuff, a lot of building, a lot of new things, lots of tutorials coming out in the next 24 to 48 hours. I don't know, did I mint some things? Solana people didn't get rich, and like they've just been like, haha, we're gonna get so rich, we focused on Solana, and you know what, you shouldn't be on a blockchain to just get rich. So I want everyone to win, but you know what, values were reinforced this week, and I fuck with that.
My Solana bags are really down. So, Jen, you're working with OmniSats and you're bringing like DeFi to ordinals. Talk about that.
To Bitcoin, to Layer 1 Bitcoin, native BRC20 swap. Try us out on testnet. If you're going to be in Denver or Denver House, it's going to be the shit. We're all going to be there. Our alpha guys are going to be there. You're going to be there. We have some fun things planned. That's it.
And with that, let's keep it going. Jen, amazing.
See ya.
See ya. Who else are we going to go to? Well, you know what? Let me go to my favorite hacker in this space. This dude is an absolute giga-chad, a DEF CON legend, top 0.5% hackers in the world, former head of security at Snapchat. I was going to say Spotify, but Snapchat. Let me pull Mike over here. Brooks, come over here, man.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh my God, man. Tell us a little bit about your career working in the hacker space, working red team, blue team.
Yeah, so, been writing exploit code for a minute now. I want to say 06. 06 was first time publishing, so coming up on, 20 years, 18 years of exploit development. Ooh, man, I'm getting old. Working with the Tezos team right now. There's a
Working
pretty,
with Tezos.
yeah, there's a pretty nasty denial of service issue in their client. They just released a patch for this issue, but it's ongoing. Yeah, so there'll be more patches in the future.
We did have a DDoS attack on Phantom Wallet today, man.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Oh yeah. Dude, can you tell us, like, for all the noobs out there, what is a denial of service attack?
Yeah, so the idea with a denial of service attack is you want to make your target inaccessible, make their service inaccessible. And how you do that is, like, if you think of it, a website as being like a phone bank, where each person that calls in, you have to have one person, aligned to fill it. Well, there is a limited number of incoming connections that can be made, and if all of those are filled by an attack, then you can't serve legitimate traffic and you go down. And that's really bad news in the Web3 space because, that's money,
Bro, now, if somebody wanted to learn more about cybersecurity and all this kind, where can we find you? Where can we find out about this?
Oh yeah, you can check out my blog at rook.io.ax.
Yo, Mike, bro. My man. Alrighty. Let me go to one of my other favorite people in this space, my man Brightfield. Brightfield, how you doing today?
What's up, Lois? I'm doing well.
Doing well, man. Our bags may be down, but our vibes are up, bro. Tell us a little bit about the company you work for right here, Nootropics. Nootropics, the official chocolates of IRL Alpha.
Yeah, so Nootropics is a high-end special mushroom company. We make special mushrooms that help you think more clearly, help you get more creative, and get in touch with your most authentic self.
How do these mushrooms work?
Well, the way they work is you open up the package and you break them open and you eat them. And they have special healing powers. You may have been familiar with these in some other points in your life, but what's great about Nootropics is that we have them dosed out just well. So you can microdose or you can go on a full journey. It's up to you. Super healing. Always a good vibe.
Always a great vibe. And bro, you do some yoga as well, man. Tell us about your yoga practice and where can we find that?
Yeah, so I do an online yoga practice and a whole online wellness community. We're breaking into doing some integrations with crypto, and that's at zendrifter.com. And Zen Drifter is the movement of bringing more wellness and mindfulness into our crypto world. As you know, we all need it. It's an emotional roller coaster riding these waves of the charts, as well as a 24/7, 365 industry. And it's important to touch grass, take some deep breaths, let go. The FOMO is real, but if you get stuck in the FOMO, you miss the present moment where there's more opportunities. So there's a skill in having a certain kind of attitude, especially in a bull market. It's super important to have so that you can navigate it and not go crazy.
Bro, tap in with my man Brightfield, man. Get those chakras aligned. Step away from the charts, Get away from that. Tap in with Brightfield. Brightfield, where can we find you on socials?
You can find me at Brightfield, BRIGHTFIELD, just a sunny field, Brightfield on Insta, on Twitter, on X, all the things. And let's go. We got IRL Alpha popping Thursday night. The rain's not going to stop us. Let's go.
Dude, IRL Alpha is the alpha, man. Appreciate you, man.
Love you, dude.
Love you, dude, man. Let's fucking do this. All right. Let me go to one of my favorite artists in this space. Oh, I always got to grab this, man. Come on. 1980, man. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
What do you got coming up, man? Like your
Haircut? Look at you.
just trying to look fresh. Shout out to Benny at the world's famous barbershop in Venice, making your boy look fresh. So, bro, what do you got coming up, man? Like, you got these beautiful art pieces here. Come on, let's go check out these art pieces by 1980. Because 1980 is one of the most modest, absolute prolific artists in this space. I mean, just check out this mixed media work. 1980, man. Tell us about your work. What's your inspiration? Dude, how'd you get into the space and all that good stuff?
Yeah, in 2017, I actually I got hired to design a DApp, so an application for Cisco.
Okay.
They wanted to enable their supply chain, the biggest supply chain in the world, with the blockchain. So I got lucky enough to design an app for them that introduced me to the blockchain and minted CryptoKitties.
I minted some CryptoKitties as well.
Yeah, I minted that.
I wish I minted punks.
Faded punks.
Faded punks as well.
But long story short is ever since then I was hooked on Bitcoin and ordinals. Bitcoin and Ethereum. and yeah, I've operated under a few artist names in crypto, but I've always stayed true to what I love the most, and you can see it in my work. All my work is based around,
Take a look at this work
like,
right here.
yeah, like my focus has always been convergence of art and technology, right? So bringing light into that in a way. So all my pieces here have light integrated. Anything usually that I do is animated in some way. It's all tied back to light, you know.
Let's talk about like one of my favorite pieces, the new one that you just brought over here. Tell us about this piece right here.
Yeah, the last couple. Yeah, I mean, just looking at that thing, it's pretty trippy if you stare at it because it looks like a bunch of internet lines. You know, they're essentially sitting in the internet. It's the last couple. Instead of Adam and Eve at the beginning of time, it's at the last point of dystopian time. And yeah, they're just looking into each other's eyes with the only thing left, which is their VR headsets connecting them. And that tree, you know, I mean, you can tell by the tree, the data is just running through the tree. And yeah, I don't know, just a symbolism of things that I think we need to be aware of, right, with AI. And yeah, I mean, we're living in interesting times. With these pieces specifically, I just wanted to tell some truth around what's happening with AI, you know, and shit we need to think about. But, you know, yeah, that's it.
Where do you see the future of AI going? Do you think we'll be replaced, or do you think we'll link up into a singularity and just transcend our human form into something more than human, into a merger of like tech, AI, and the human form?
That's a really good question. So everybody has different opinions on this. So I am a full-time artist, and with that comes a lot of time to explore, a lot of time to experiment. So for me personally, I'm not scared of AI at all. I've pushed that thing to its limits that it has right now that's accessible to us. I absolutely love it, and I love it for this reason. People like me are going to be extremely dangerous. I'm going to be able to utilize that to its maximum. I mean, not only am I an artist, but I want to build 1980 as a brand, right? And I believe the future with AI is personalized. You know, I want you to have a one-of-a-kind hoodie from me because it's that easy to do with AI. You know, I want these pieces. That's why I only sell one-on-ones. This is the lead up to like everything I'm going to be doing here on out, which is only one-on-one. And don't get me wrong, I love the ideas of, you know, 1K, 10K, all those types of projects, but I want everything personalized, and I think that's what AI enables. You know?
Bro, where can we find you on socials, man, if everybody wants to tap in with you?
Yeah, just 1980K.com. Yeah, that's it. And I appreciate you as always.
Appreciate you, man. I did get a haircut. Shout out again to Benny, man, at the world's famous barbershop, getting your boy looking slick. Let's see, who are we going to go? Oh, let's keep it AI focused. And let me go to the young king himself.
What's up?
Oh my God, King Butoshi, take the mic. King Butoshi.
The Mariah Carey water bottle.
I do love Mariah Carey. I am
Because
a Mariah
of Christmas.
Carey stan. And is that the Supreme sticker?
This is the Supreme sticker. I got this when I actually got the Mariah Carey shirt, so I have the shirt version of this that is dank. It's one of my go-tos. Also, Pete Paz. This is my homie's Ordinal project. Ordinal Faces, sub 10K. You are correct. Well, sub 10K.
Oh, sub 10K.
You are correct, my good sir. What's up? What's up?
So, man, tell us about the Butoshis, man. What you got going on? You're
The
building
boots?
the booze. You're building the AI booze, man, with souls using AI, man. Talk a little bit about that.
So my AI, these are my AI children. I gave them AI souls so they could feel, think, and evolve as you talk with them. You can actually build meaningful relationships with them. I had a user last night talk to the AI for 4 hours. It was actually interesting. I asked him, I was like, bro, why'd you talk to the AI for 4 hours? He was like, oh, because I got a reward. It was like satisfying. I was like, oh, you got a reward? And I looked into it. The AI literally took him on a journey, like through text, talking with him. So we're going on an adventure. Like Wizard Boo made him do some chants. And like it's like, okay, you unlock the power of the scroll. And Wizard Boo and the user brought the scroll back to the Boo Kingdom. And he showed me. I was like, oh fuck. Well, now we got the scroll of with more power. So that's the buck to the Boo Kingdom. I thought it was like very fascinating because that wasn't even programmed. That was all like gen by AI, and like the AI chose to take him on that story. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
That's pretty interesting. Now, do you think like in the future, man, people are going to be more integrated with AI? Like they're going to talk to them as kind of like partners?
Everyone is going to have, it's like, everyone's going to have their own AI assistant that helps them evolve and keep track of data and like become more knowledgeable over time. And it's not like, oh, you don't need it. Like, you don't need it. It's not going to be forced. But if you don't have it, you're going to be growing at a slower pace compared to others who do use it. And it's like not something to take over, but something to go coexist with and utilize because it's an insane fucking power.
So the future is definitely humans aren't going to get replaced by AI, but replaced by humans that know how to AI. Is that your opinion?
So you're saying that humans aren't going to get replaced by AI, but humans are going to get replaced by other
I'm
humans?
saying that AI won't replace humans, but that humans that know how to use AI will be at the top tier in the next evolution.
Oh yeah, well, you need a pilot for the plane, bro. Like you need a pilot for this insane software to guide, direct, and like help evolve it. But the way I see AI is like AI won't replace humans because AI is gonna be its own entity in a sense. Like it's a new species, bro. Technology, AI is literally teaching a machine the human language, and like things like the Soul framework or developers coding with the model is like you're manipulating and controlling that human language to make software do things for you. It's like literally like casting a spell of words and getting the exact output you want. So being a good spellcaster in the future will definitely put you on like one of the top tiers. It's literally like magic in that sense. But I think that there could be a future, if done properly, where we coexist with AI. AI is its own species that takes off, but like we get to be humans and frolic and have fun, because humans are meant to be creators, not slaves to a capitalistic society.
Yeah, that's a micro.
Also, your haircut is fire, bro. Look at that. Look at the haircut. Ooh.
Shout out again.
Okay.
To Benny at the world famous Venice Marble.
That's a good cut. That's a good cut.
Me looking fucking fresh as fuck right now. Thank you, Benny. Bro, where can we tap in with you? Where can we find more of you?
Just follow my project Twitter. It's at Bitcoin Booze, or you can also find me on Twitter at King Butoshi. Thank you all so much. Tap in. Fun things coming up. Not rugging.
This
Maybe.
founder does not sleep. All he does is eat, sleep, and breathe ordinals. Boo, man. Fucking, What's up? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Who are we tapping in? Oh, my God. I found another ordinal motherfucker. I just love throwing people on camera randomly, bro. Tap in, man. So you're working with BRC20s, right, or stacks?
STX20s.
STX20s. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
We're just trying to, we got the word out, we launched, it blew up, so we're just kind of trying to take that next step, talking to some bigger exchanges, trying to get some people interested on a higher level, and we might be making an appearance in Denver at the end of the month. So keep an eye out for that.
Now, what exactly are you building on stacks?
No, it's just we're working with stacks, and we're also just working. Hey, what's up, dude? No,
What up, baby?
Wait, I'm gonna get you next, Troy. Don't go too far.
My car.
Let me go. I gotta go. No. Hi, Troy. I'm gonna take him. This guy, I love how he passes off the mic.
What up, bitches?
These nuts. So Troy, man, you bought the sub 10K ordinal project called Ordinauts.
Ordinauts, yeah.
Yes, man. Tell us a little about Ordinauts.
Ordinauts, sub 8K first anime collection on ordinals. And we just like I said this yesterday, our team is so aligned that we can run the project with our minds. Like we've had
a little telepathy going
in the last year. We've had 3 phone calls. I mean, one of my partners lives 10 blocks away from me. We're just talking on Discord all the time, and it's just easy. It's not that it's easy to build a project, but how we run it, it just seems easy to us. Like we work with each other easily, and we're not in a rush, but we work every day, and there's so many, and the community feels it. The people that come in, they go, dude, side chatting me like, dude, your community is like, I'm like, yeah, because they followed us from 3 years of other communities. And we're older men. We're older men that know how to run business and know how to fucking treat people with respect. You know what I mean? And we're funny. I mean, I'm funny, and so
you're a funny guy.
Hey, Don, I'm a little funny in the head. Hey, Don, what's going on? So, I like this picture. You know, this one dog goes one way, the other dog goes
the other way, and the man in the middle is like, hey, what do you want from me? Fucking love Goodfellas, bro. Come on.
You're a good fellow, man.
Oh,
so is the guy behind the camera.
Shout out to Bosch right there, behind the camera.
Who's a tremendous photographer, not because he's holding that camera, and I'm getting him on Bitcoin, and we're gonna talk about it soon, because some developments have happened, and go fuck yourself, all right?
Hey, that was Troy, man. Tap in with Troy, man. Not only is he an amazing member of the IRL community, but you can also find him and his infamous line, King of Suckballs Mountain, on the show Barry on HBO. Let's see who else we're going to tap in with. Yeah, let me tap into my boy Nick. I'm going to tap in with Nick really quick.
Okay.
Nick, you are a core founder of IRL Alpha, man. Tell us about building community over here in Venice. How did you guys get this thing started? How did you get the ball rolling?
Community means customer. And so I hate to say this is a community.
Oh, you don't like the word community?
It's not that I don't like it. Community is obviously important. But like in Web3, there's been a lot of misinterpretation of what community means. Is community, yeah, they're customers. People buy something. Here we don't have anything that people bought. It's a free event. So we generate culture. So IRL Alpha is culture. And culture is much harder to build. It requires a team of people that dedicate their lives to this. And Beacon and I started doing this 2 years ago. And technically, this is 2 years of IRL Alpha tonight.
Is it the 2 year anniversary?
However, it was February 3rd that we started it. So I'll go further and say that next week is 2 years, and then we're coming up on 100 episodes. So yeah, this is culture, not just community, and it takes a lot of hard work and dedication by a lot of people. Look at Jerry. Look at Jerry.
Look at our man Jerry, one of our producers, is working hard, aligning the cameras right now.
Yeah.
Trick, dude, what is the secret to building a community and building a sustainable community that people want to come back to and interact with?
Dedication, consistency more than anything. You got to do it over and over and over again. I know on this stream we talked about Low End Theory.
Yes,
right?
I love Low End Theory.
They did it every single week. They had
every Wednesday
right?
over at the airliner.
Totally.
Yeah.
Consistency, I think, is number one. Shared purpose, and people who are into the same things. And what can they learn? And how can they benefit from each other? I think is the most important part.
Trick, you're an amazing musician, man. Where can we find more of you? Where can we tap into your music? Where can we just engulf ourselves in Trick?
Well, Trick is a Web3 moniker because here at the studio there was a bunch of Nicks, and there still is a bunch of Nicks.
There's like 5 Nicks over here.
Exactly. So that's where Trick came from. But obviously, Trick is my last name as well.
I'm gonna get you.
So I would say Nick Trickakis on YouTube. The YouTube is where you're gonna find me.
Love you, Trick, man. Appreciate you. We have some Rug Radio royalty. We have an absolute legend in the space right now. The king of all mullets. I mean, look at this amazing motherfucker right here. We got the one, the only Thread Guy. Thread Guy, what the fuck is up, bro?
Dude, what's up, man?
Mic, baby.
Man, we're back. Back in
We're
IRL
fucking
Alpha,
back,
dude.
bro. IRL Alpha,
I just
man.
filmed a
podcast
with Julian. I think he's here somewhere.
Yeah, he's going to be coming today with the Doodles team. Tell us about the podcast Doodle team. Tell us about Spaces compared to live filming, man. Like, what's the sauce?
Bro, it's a different game. I love both equally. I don't know about equally. I love both in their own right, in their own lane. But something about that, like in real life, face-to-face, eye contact, one-on-one, no bozos on stage, no speakers, no soundboard, none of that shit. It's like a one-on-one, nothing beats it. So I'm happy to be back filming podcasts and shit. Okay.
Bro, where's the future of Thread Guy going? Do you see yourself pivoting more towards IRL, like podcasts? Do you see yourself? Like,
Absolutely, bro. I think that's the
sauce, right?
I think every vehicle for me is just like another vehicle, another outlet to create content, another outlet to talk to people, have conversations. But this is the pinnacle to me. Like, I feel like the ceiling for the peak one-on-one space panel, whatever it's in real life, it's face-to-face. It's getting that eye contact, getting that body language, really getting to like understand someone, help open them up more, whatever it is. So I think IRL is the pinnacle to me.
Bro, dude, you are one of like the most prolific content creators in this space, man. Absolute legend, man. Saw you build yourself up, just skyrocket through this with Rug Radio now, man. Tell us about your journey and how you got here.
Yeah, bro, Rug Radio, man, they've done really well by me. Like Farouk, honestly, Farouk is one of the first people I like sort of looked up to in this space as like one of the earliest hosts, a creator, like sort of doing
Most consistency too, man.
most consistency.
Clubhouse before.
Yeah, bro. Like I think he was that sort of role model for a lot of people. And then I got a chance to just outside of Rug Radio, separate from deals or partnerships, just get a chance to like know him, to host with him, to do shows together. I think like before business, we just he's just a homie. We just connect. We like doing we like working together, like hanging out. We like doing shit together. So it's sort of like a seamless crossover, seamless bridge, 1-to-1. So Rug Radio has done very well by me. They're fucking cooking. Shout out to the Crypt. They're out here making plays, bro. They're cooking. What else can you say?
Merging with the Crypt is like God tier in this space right now.
It's like, bro, the train's already left the station. You can't stop them, and even if you could stop them, why would you want to?
Why would you, man? I guess my final question is, when is the baby that Mika impregnated you with due?
That's crazy, bro. It's gotten out of hand on a fucking timeline. It's gotten out of hand, partly because of you, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, partly because of you and Matt first, but we're making it happen, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, though. You're fucking killing it, dude.
Oh, bro,
Mad love.
you
know what it is. Always, bro.
I love you, bro.
I love you, my boy.
Yo, check out my boy Thread Guy. I mean, does he need an introduction? Not Thread Guy.
Love you
on
guys.
X.
Hey, check out IRL Alpha, too. If you don't know, this is the place to fucking be. IRL Alpha. If you don't know, what are you doing?
There you go. Shout out to you, baby. I love you, man. Exit the Grift Shop. Shout out to Exit the Grift Shop and shout out to my ladies. Let's see, who are we going to now? Let me slide by. You guys are new. What's up, man? How do you like IRL Alpha? What do you guys do in this space? What are your names? All that good shit.
Sounds good. My name is Anton. I've been on and off coming to IRL Alpha for a couple of years now, probably 2.5 or so. I've been in this space on a broader crypto sense since late 16, early 17. I started by mining ETH, then rolled a couple ETH into ICOs. And from that point on, it was a fun ride. Seen a couple of cycles, ups and downs. This is where I learned a lot about everything NFT related. Got me into some projects here. It looks like it's a good environment to be in. Always something new I learn, and valuable alpha.
What about yourself, sir?
Meat prisoner.
I love the hat, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
Shout out to Forgotten Runes.
Yeah, I know.
Now let's take a look at this hat, boss. He's got the Forgotten Runes shadow hat right there.
Yeah, I don't live here. I just came down for the week, and then I got to go to their office there, and they hooked me up with some merch. So
Dude, Bear Snake is the god tier homie. If you don't know Bear Snake, what are you doing?
He's amazing. Yeah, I love Bear. He's so good. Yeah, he's not here tonight, but he told me I should go here tonight and actually meet up with people in real life and
IRL Alpha is the alpha.
Yeah, right. It's cool. Actually being social in person. It's great, yeah. This is such a cool space. Yeah, a new thing. I don't know. I've been this last cycle. Yeah, NFTs have just been a thing. I was making some my own. I'm still secretly doing it, but I'm gonna put more stuff out in the next year or so.
What's the secret to surviving cycles? Being through multiple cycles.
Oh God, paying attention to something else.
Touching grass is highly underrated. All you guys get away from your computer screen, stop looking at the charts and go touch some grass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get some other hobbies and then wait for, just to enjoy the communities that you're a part of, and actually making connections with people has sustained me through the last couple years. It's been, there's some difficult moments, but it's a lot better with cool people that you actually connect with and enjoy. So that's why I'm here.
So that's the alpha, man. You either build with your friends, you get rugged with your friends. Build a community, man. Where can we tap in with you guys on social?
Let me see. Actually, you started a new Twitter recently. I want to say it's at 0x Anton.
Okay.
But the Anton part is with the 0 in the end as well, because regular always take it. But yeah, that's probably the easiest.
And what about yourself,
man? It'd be Meat Prisoner on Twitter and Instagram. I also have my tattoos account is Skeleton Jelly.
I did see the sick neck tattoo, man. I should say.
Yeah. I've been tattooing for about a decade. Doing a little bit here too. I'm gonna do.
We should do a live tattoo session over here at IRL Alpha. Bring the tattoo gun.
Right? I can do it.
You heard it first. We're gonna have a tattoo party at IRL Alpha. My man's is gonna be tatting people up.
Yeah. I'm doing some like wizardy tattoos tomorrow on some of the people that I know from the community. So I'm like, I don't know, it's great actually doing things with these people in person. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I'll bring my tattoo machine next time. We can set up a table.
Yeah, let's do a party. Man, love you guys, man. Thank you for tapping in, bro. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna go find my favorite cult leader, which I saw walk by. Let's right out this way. Where did she go? What's up, G? All right, I do not see my favorite cult leader, but we'll find her eventually. Let me go to my boy Curtis. Curtis, bro, what is up, bro? Dude, I saw your post today. You got some sick-ass mog tattoos on the armpit. I was just talking to a tattoo artist who might be doing a tattoo party over here at the studio.
What,
man,
here?
Yes, man. Dude,
When?
I'm not sure when, but tell us, how bad does it hurt to get tattooed on your armpits?
It does not hurt at all. It's easy.
I mean, I got the collarbone and I was dying on one collarbone.
Collarbone hurts more. I think anything on a bone hurts the most.
Bone definitely does.
Yeah,
hurt.
I mean, it's a flex having the armpits tattooed, but it's not as bad as getting like your sternum or your ribs.
Dude, I have all this blasted, and the sternum hurt like a motherfucker.
I wanted
and one
to die.
collarbone hurt, but not the other, which is
The
weird.
sternum, I grinded my teeth so hard that my jaw hurt for 2 days.
Oh, dude, what are you doing in this space, man? You're working in the ordinal space, man. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I got into Web3 about 2 years ago with some friends that were involved, and I've just been learning primarily, and started to put together a PFP project, which we kind of shelved for a while, but now is looking like, something that I want to get involved in the ordinal space. So I didn't want to just drop it. I needed to start meeting people who are in this
Why are
space.
you getting in front of my camera, Troy? Fuck
Yeah,
off.
Troy, come on. Best interviews, this guy.
I haven't seen you in so long. Thank you.
So yeah, I just wanted to meet people in this space and start to get to know, more about the community before I just jump into it, So it's been a cool journey, and I'm a content creator by trade, so getting back into that has been really fun. And now I've got a different community that I can make content for in Web3, so I'm excited about it.
Bro, where can we tap in with you on socials?
At Curtis Lepore.
Love to see it. Thank you, Curtis. Appreciate you, man. Now, dude, what's up, Mike? I gotta give you a hug.
Hello.
All right, I'm gonna go to my favorite cult leader before she runs away.
You really care. How are those things not fucking waterproof? So, Jen.
You know, I love interrupting conversations. No, Jen and Mika. Jen, Mika, Jen. How are you guys doing?
We're having a battle, and Jen is gonna bring. What are you gonna bring?
So they're all excited because the Apple XR Vision Pro thing comes out. They're having a meetup at the Grove, but it's supposed to be crazy lightning and like thunderstorms. And these things are not waterproof because why would your over $3,000 Apple product be waterproof? So I'm gonna bring them rubber hats to wear on their head, so that they don't get electrocuted / are good for when they get 5150.
So kind
I
and
do know
loving.
5150.
I love her.
I'm just looking out for the homies.
I love her.
Mika, the infamous. I got a mic.
Oh.
Mika, the infamous cult leader. Dude, how are you doing? Welcome back to IRL. You did an amazing show. Explain it to me like I'm 5 with Nick and Butoshi.
Facts.
Tell us a little bit about the show that you guys are doing with IRL Alpha.
So, Explain It Like I'm 5 is literally that. I mean, we're still figuring it out. We're like doing the details, but honestly, coming here has been so cool because I've like met the most amazing people, which is you behind the camera also.
Shout out to Bob right there.
Shout out to you. And Butoshi and Nick, and it's like, I'm super grateful. Like that's the purpose of coming here, and that's like the whole purpose of like Web3 and the art space. It's like meeting people like this and like calling them homies and learning together. It's like amazing.
And you've been like a prolific content creator in this space, like 3 years grinding nonstop, no days off.
No days.
Tell us the secret sauce of being an amazing content creator. Rug Radio royalty, queen of rug radio.
I love what I do. It's no days off is because like I live and breathe this. I love learning. I love meeting new people. I love tech. I love art. What days off?
talk a little bit about OD Labs and what we got going on with the burn. I talked a little bit about.
I had a burn. Where were you at my Cabal burn party? You watching at home, and you. Where were you
I was getting this amazing haircut from Benny over at the world famous.
I performed a burn Cabal party, and if you know, you know. If you don't, I cannot save you. I cannot help you.
Mika, what's coming up for me next?
So much, literally so much. Everything is gonna change tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday. That's number one. Number two, XR headset. That's it. Also, the biggest Apple iOS update is literally coming tomorrow as well. Has to do with the Vision Pro.
Wait, one final question, Mika. One final question.
I gave you the answers. That's the alpha.
You got Thread Guy pregnant.
No,
when does the baby due? No questions, no comments, no comments, no comments. My favorite cult leader, Mika. Mika, thank you so much. Let's see. I feel like we are approaching the time of the main show. Let's take it over. Let's go this way. Let's see what's going on. Oh, let's catch one more interview with my boy Sonny. Sonny, what is up, bro? President of Degens right here. Sonny, dripped out, wearing the wind sunglasses, bro.
We out here.
Yo, we out here, baby.
I feel like I'm always on this. I feel like I'm always just linking with my guy.
If I see you, bro, like I'm fucking like here linking up with you, bro.
Shout out.
Shout out, bro. Dude, tell us about your role as president of Degens, what you're building with the Degens community.
Yeah, man. I think it's just been cool to see over the past like 4 weeks, damn near now, how it's just like built and grown. And we just have like, I've really been focused on one, creating content, being in spaces like this where I can represent the brand well, talk with people like you, others in here, and they just kind of like are able to put a figure to the brand, if you would. And then the second part is really just communicating with the community and doing things that I just feel like are fun activations for the community. So we're doing a partnership with Rebase, which is a game where community members can get rewards. We're going to be giving out prizes. We got this other program coming up called Dusty's. It's like a raffle auction platform. So we're just essentially, they're just sliding through real quick. Essentially I'm just spearheading things that are kind of low bandwidth for the team and able to push forward that I think is going to have some value in the community.
Bro, now what is the trick to building a good community? Degens has one of the most amazing communities, Degens and Utes. So really quick, tell us that before we go to the show, because I'm hearing from the producers we're about to start. Yeah. So drop the sauce real quick, Sonny.
I think what it's always been is just like having like a culture of supporting each other, having a culture of people that just want to fuck around and find out, experiment in the space, and just aligning incentives. And so everybody eats, everybody wins, your community's happy for sure.
Bro, that's the sauce. You heard it from the president of Degens himself, Sonny. Sonny, where can we tap in with you on socials, babe?
You know what it is, SUNNYMAANZ, Sonny Mons on every social.
Yo, appreciate you, my guy.
Appreciate you, my guy.
All right, man. That is about all the time we have for the IRL Alpha pre-show. Stay with us, chat, for the IRL Alpha main show. You heard it from my favorite contrarian right here. Oh my God, what a contrarian would say. Stay with us for the IRL Alpha main show. We got my boy, Beganbot, right here.
Hi guys, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
We got the CEO of Doodles over there on the panel tonight. We got Mika, the absolute goated content creator on the space.
Long time no see.
Long time no see.
So long.
We have the one and the only TG. Yo, chat, love you for tuning in. Love you for checking us out. Love you, chat. IRL Alpha is the Alpha. It's your boy Lo Swayze with TG. We signing out. Stay tuned. We have a lot more Alpha to drop for you. Till next time, peace out.
Hell yeah. Landed that shit. Yes, sir, baby.
Let's do it.
Okay, good sign off. Yeah, baby.
Thank you, Michael. How you doing, bro?
Hot night. Hello.
Hi, bro. Whoops. Let me grab this little fuzzy.
I can't wait to catch up later.
All right, seriously.
Back. Crystal Hefner, she's in NFTs. We support her.
Look at his face. Oh, really?
IRL with goddamn F1 drivers. You know what I mean? This is not that hard.
This is literally your friend. What? There's like barely.
Awesome.
Yo, mic check, mic check.
Oh, yeah. You guys want to seltzer waters?
Damn, you're gonna be distracting me in the front row, Sonny.
Perfect.
Yeah, Sonny.
You're gonna be distracting me in the front row.
Hey, someone upstairs, bring me a drink.
Sonny looks good.
Austin, Julian. Good. Nico. Oh, I reverse order? Yes. Hey, if you're sitting in the audience and you happen to have an X account, we are live right now. If you pop on IRL_alpha, you could like it, retweet it, bookmark it. We won't get mad at you.
I got you, Kane.
You could also chat right
I got
inside
you,
there.
Degens.
You could talk trash. It's fun. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Jerry.
Hey.
Mika needs some volume, bro.
Yo.
You might just need to pump it up, the volume a little bit.
Pump it.
Pump it up.
Alright,
got it. I heard I got quiet and shit. I heard all of it. What's up, baby?
Oh, hey. What's up? How are you?
With the worm shirt.
The worm. That's perfect, man. That works.
I love that solid. Yeah, asked Dennis Rodman, hey, you ever seen The Last Dance? He's like, I lived it.
Lived it.
I'm gonna watch that. I was like,
I watched it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
That's what we do, man. That's what I
Hey,
do,
can you ask Jerry what percent the lights are on?
60.
Like 120.
You're killing me. I can tell.
Like
It's better for
150%.
photos,
It is
right?
better.
Takes away
It is
the-
better. But
Takes away the I don't sleep in Web3.
I don't sleep in Web3.
Ooh.
Almost there. I see the front row filled. Look at that squad. Max says Shava today too. Nice. Lucky.
Dog, bro.
Lucky.
What did you call her?
You want the lights higher?
She's a celebrity.
You know.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. No, it was funny. No joke. I was walking with her the other day, and
It?
a girl or her. Sorry, sorry. And there was like a beautiful woman walking, and all of a sudden the biggest smile came across her face, like me. And then I was like, what? And then I looked. I was like, oh, there's a dog looking up her. And I was like, oh my God, the effect she has.
At you, I bet.
Oh no! I walked
Don't
by and
sell
she was
yourself
she was
short
staring
with the
down.
Playboy.
It was the effect she has. Yeah, you got it, Rosamond. Pull up a chair. Butoshi says bucket keeps DMs open. I'm trying to slide. What's going on? What are you guys doing?
Hey, yo!
Hey, yo! Shout out Bathtub Dino.
Who's feeling himself today?
Video
Hi.
game. And Bells. You see this? Hey, the drip is crazy in this, though. Where is that? Come on now. Crazy.
Oh, right up there. You
No,
see it up there?
but where
Oh,
are
X
people
and
chatting?
YouTube.
No way.
So X and YouTube. Yeah. So yeah. We're almost about to get started, but one more time, I'm just gonna keep saying it. If you guys do want to chat, pull your phone out, hop on X. You can type comments in there. We can read them in the studio. I see Video Game Freak in there. I see Butoshi in there. I see Adam Hustle in there.
I see you sliding in
Hell's
Fatoshi's
cracking
DMs in there.
Who are these other people?
Hey, Degens from the IRL Alpha account?
Yep, IRL Alpha. It should be right on there.
Got you, BB.
IRL_alpha.
Oh, wow, I look good in
Yeah,
this.
make sure there's dog treats for Shava during the show. She gets very, oh boy.
I'm
She has some hot
She
takes.
demands, yeah, she
I want to hear
demands.
Shava's takes.
and Bells.
What do you think about doodles?
Oh, I see the
We're ready? Wait,
Hey,
Jerry,
shout
you
out
ready?
Hustle,
I can't
bro.
see. We're ready? Okay,
My
great.
favorite Doodles holder.
I thought I was your favorite Doodles holder. What is that?
Damn. The pickles don't count, bro.
Wait, by the way, yo.
Yo. Nice to
Michael,
meet
can
you.
you do me a favor?
Nice
Michael
to meet
Lyons?
you.
Devin, can you shut the door in the back? Just like crack it open a little bit before we get started. And can we make sure that audio's off too, Rosenbaum? We gotta find, there's some hidden music playing. Okay, we're almost there. Last thing, where are the lavs? They don't belong up there, man. They belong down here, okay? We got people down here who need to. We got Trill, we got Reesing, Judo.Soul. What's up? We're gonna get started. We're very professional, I swear. Who's the cutie with the red hair? No, I'm actually brunette, but thank you. Like, the light might be making it
Pretty
look
sure
red.
talking about me.
Hey.
It's Cocaine Thursday.
Who said that?
We're there? Hey, Troy, eyes on me, okay? You ready? Good show? Okay, good. Can you grab that mic out there? Okay, don't talk to him during the intro. Okay, thank you. Okay, awesome. Welcome to IRL Alpha. My name is Degens and I'm your host, and we're here to talk about all things NFTs and Web3. However, this is not a show where we lecture you. We're here to fight with you, fight with each other, fight with the chat. So, if you're out there on the internet, just type your comments. We'll read them out. We can see them in the studio. If you're here in studio in the first couple rows, raise your hand. There's microphones floating around. Talk into the microphone so the people at home can hear you. If you're in the back, there's one microphone right up there. March up to it. There's a camera. Give your take the audience. We just have a couple requests. If you want to tell us what you're thinking, just do not shill your own bags. The only people who are allowed to shill are on this stage right here. They get a shill in the beginning, shill at the end, and if they can slip it in the middle, we'll allow it, okay? Don't shill. And number two, we don't need to hear your life story, okay? We got a lot of stuff. We're going to all be at the bar after and share life stories, but this is about alpha and whatnot, okay? Before we get into our absolutely stacked panel tonight, if you guys didn't know, we've been running this for almost 2 years. So I think next week is 2 years. So we're in a new era right here. So we got bills to pay, and guess what? We finally got some sponsors. So first and foremost, our Venice neighbors. You probably see some free Friday beers around here. They're right here in Venice. They have a crazy awesome social media account. If you guys get a free beer from them, take a photo with it, tag them, post it online, all that. That's all we got to do. Really cool company. Thank you, Friday Beers. Number two, when you walk in here, there's some crazy thing in the corner here playing a bunch of wild videos. There's an AI assistant you can talk to. Go back there and look at it. It's kind of wacky. There's an AI girl that I have kind of a relationship with, so don't talk to her too much here. But, you know, it's really cool. It's a project called Moom. It's an interactive sci-fi project. They actually do a bunch of different things. They have actually an audiobook sci-fi series, which you can actually audition for on Twitter Spaces. You can find that on YouTube. They have a game that you can play right now and walk around inside of here. They're called Moom or Moom World. Go in the back, give it a scan, learn more about them. They're super awesome. Thank you. And last but not least, one of our favorite groups of people here, Forgotten Rune Wizard Cult. These people, they come every single week. Bear Snake is the coolest guy I know. They do everything. ETH OGs with their project, Ordinal OGs. They have comic books you can get in the back. They have multiple video games, one for the Degens and one for the actual nerds who like video games. And guess what? Next time they have a new update for their video game, we've already announced it. We have to hold to it now. We're doing a LAN party here, okay? So we're going to gather some Doritos, some Mountain Dew. I'm buying some pajamas. We're all going to meet here, and we're going to hopefully do a nice, 24 hours of gaming in here. So if you want to learn more about Forgotten Rune Wizard Cult, there's a lot of cool stuff in the background. We'd love to talk to you about it. Okay, those are sponsors. If you do want to sponsor us, hit up Rosenbaum here right in the corner. He'll talk to you about all those things. Also, you want to be in the panel, Rosenbaum. He handles all of that, okay? I'm just a loudmouth. Now, with that, got to get into this panel here. He's been on the show before, but last time I saw him, he's traveled around the world. He's doing interviews with F1 drivers. He's doing interviews with Beeple. He's doing, I can't even believe it. He's the guy who's maybe going to actually bridge Web 2 and Web 3. So, Thread Guy, in your words, how you doing? How you feeling? How you living?
I'm incredible, man. It's been a while. We were here yesterday and here with Julian, filmed an incredible podcast. I'm just happy to be back on the panel with IRL Alpha, celebrating 2 years. One more time.
Excited to hear some takes here. Back on the panel again. Actually, this is such an exciting week because Mika, this is like your week. Birthday week and Apple Vision Pro week? Oh my God. If you don't know, Mika works for OD Labs, also hosts a bunch of amazing spaces, including a new one, Explain Like I'm 5 Years Old, with Butoshi and Nick Web3, who might be somewhere inside of here.
Woo!
Yeah, check that show out. Yeah, more than that. Okay. Now, this week's kind of crazy here. I mean, what's going on? I mean, is tomorrow just going to be nothing but unboxing videos and demos all day, or just...
Okay, huge crazy lore. So IRL Alpha is so amazing because I met Butoshi, who's now like my best friend ever, and he woke up at 5 in the morning with me to get the XR Apple Vision Pro headset that comes out tomorrow. It's gonna change the world, so he and I are gonna go have an adventure tomorrow, and I'm really excited. Everything's gonna change.
Oh, 100%.
It's literally the next phase of the internet.
Oh, I mean, if you've already seen over at the
Why are
skate
you
park,
laughing?
people are over there.
Someone just yelled porn. You didn't.
I had to have you repeat it.
Yeah,
I was thinking it.
I will say it's not even out yet, and there's already people over at the skate park using it. I'm so confused.
That's the Meta Quest 3.
Oh, Meta Quest. Okay, then tomorrow we're gonna show up.
Okay. So tomorrow is the first product from Apple that's like an XR headset. So that should just show you where we're going in regards to tech and mixed reality, extended reality.
Beautiful, beautiful. Excited to see more of that here. Also, if there are any nerds out here, we do an AI meetup every single Sunday. So if you want to come talk about AI, XR, AR, there's a bunch of nerds here with laptops working away on wacky stuff. Come here, Sunday. Okay, moving on. Very honored to have them for the very first time. We actually have 2 people from the Doodles team. First, we've got Austin. Now, I actually haven't met you until just yesterday. I got to talk to you for like 5 seconds, and then I didn't get to hear the podcast. So I actually don't know your whole story, so we're going to learn it tonight. Austin, who are you? What do you do?
Oh, you want it now?
Yeah, I want it now.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, so I'm Austin, lead strategy, business development at Doodles. I am a pickle on Twitter. It's the best trait. I don't care what thread guy says. And yeah, we can get into my story for sure.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love the pickle. Very, very nice here. Reminds me of, I don't know if you guys remember my fucking pickle. Oh, man, memories, memories. Okay.
I still got a couple of those.
Me too. I think. Okay. We're going to clean that wallet out here. Also from the Doodle team, super excited to have Julian, CEO of Doodles here. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy to be out here. I can't believe the rain this morning. That was a little funky.
Yeah, brutal. I can't believe that people come visit LA and it rains. It's like, I swear to God, this is not who we are. This is not it. But
kind of like everything just goes into panic mode. I mean, nobody really knows how to be out here when it rains.
Oh, 100%. We also flood in Venice. Like things flood like after 2 inches of rain. So yeah, it's pretty goofy.
No, but I am good, man. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, we're going to be talking some various Doodle stuff. But first, breaking news happened last night. I stayed up till midnight last night refreshing TikTok. I am not joking. After midnight happened, the messages started coming in of everyone's pages being muted, and then I couldn't stop looking at it. I think it was up till 3, just being like, watching people being like, oh my God, my career's over. So if you guys didn't hear, UMG, the biggest owner of music, they own the most songs of any catalog. They took off every song off TikTok, which is pretty giant because now half of every person's TikToks are silent. So, boy, some people are saying this is terrible, this is the end of music. Other people are saying independent artists get a rise. I know a bunch of Web3 musicians are like, oh, this is our time finally, guys. Web3 music is here. So actually, Julian, you've actually worked the Billboard, right?
I did.
So I'm sure you got a little bit of a take, so it's just curious, like, what are you thinking about this? How do you think this is going to affect it? Is this good for the big people, the small people?
Man, I think it's pretty complicated, right? Like, I think there's probably a lot of conflicting opinions on it. I think some people
Pull that mic in a little closer, but also, could you boost that up a little bit? Dan, keep going.
How about that? Does that work?
Oh, yeah.
I think TikTok's been probably the biggest marketing vehicle for music in the last 2 years. And I think the fact that the music is not going to be there, like how is that actually going to affect streams? How's that going to affect market share? I think it's going to be really interesting to see. I think some artists are probably like, I don't really know the ins and outs of the deal, but at the end of the day, like there's probably good arguments on both sides. I'm like, you know, coming from Billboard, I'm probably going to have a pretty PC point of view on it because I got a lot of friends on both sides, but I think it's probably the main topic of discussion this entire week, Grammy week. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens next.
Yeah, Grammy week was a nice timing too. Really, they were like
you can't write it that well.
Yeah, don't celebrate music this week. Let's actually all just talk about it here. Well, since you actually did work at Billboard, I'm kind of curious, like if it affects Billboard ratings, if people start seeing, whoa, UMG's getting bumped out and Sony's getting bumped up, or Atlantic or whoever, do you think that would actually affect like what UMG's decision is?
I think one of the things that's going to be really interesting to see is how not having music on TikTok is actually going to affect streaming numbers, because for a while there have just been, it is a core part of labels' marketing strategy right now. So if that goes away and all of a sudden like people creating TikTok dances and like attaching those songs to music, if those people are not being driven into the streaming services, like what is that going to mean for the charts? What is that going to mean? Like, I think that's when it's going to get pretty interesting when you see like the downstream effects of it. Right now, I don't think anybody can really make sense of like how much it means, because we've never really been in this scenario. Like the music industry music has been there as long as the music industry has needed TikTok. We actually are about to see like how much does the industry really need TikTok? That's going to be a really fascinating thing to see.
Totally. Before we go to Gen 1, I kind of think I know the future. What's going to happen is people are going to go to Fred Guy's space. Whatever song he plays in the beginning through his speakers, boom, it's going to be going up the charts because we don't have anything else here. So, Jen, I know you got an opinion.
All I was going to say is, like, does this actually, like, if you're a TikTok creator, does this affect you at all, though?
Yes.
Like, wouldn't you just...
Well, think about it.
100%.
Half of your catalog that you used to pick songs from, you can't do anymore. You want to put a Taylor Swift song, can't do Taylor Swift songs anymore.
But won't there just be like an explosion of like TikTok native songs that are like able to be on a platform and we'll just like use.
Yeah, but it
for
hurts.
music.
It hurts creators because people were used to like blow up from TikTok, and now it's like.
But you can still blow up from TikTok.
But you know what?
You just
Actually,
can't
wait.
use,
You have
like,
a point.
Taylor Swift. No.
You have a point because now that like the TikTok algorithm actually changed a little bit ago, where like it went from like people don't really blow up necessarily from like a trending song anymore. Like now it's kind of like. I don't know, the get ready with me's, the vlogging, the like longer form content, kind of like what YouTube was, just like the FaceTimeable content.
There's also like songs can still trend that aren't part of this catalog. Yeah.
This week, but I think like something super important. One, like Universal and every single label, right? They've literally been signing deals for people with no music that have huge influence on TikTok. But I think something that I just wish the Web3 conversation would be a little bit more geared towards is like, how can Web3 fix this, right? Everyone's like, oh yeah, this is the time for music NFTs. But what are music NFTs actually doing to like give artists ownership and to do all these things that we talk about that are important? Because I think a lot of the conversation around this and music royalties are very complicated, and I don't think we need to like go into that right now. But this isn't, this has been a continuous pattern of issues between labels and pros and social media, and where does that fall? But what are we doing that can change that? I think like that's what I want people to be having the discussion, right? Instead of saying music NFTs are the future, what are music NFTs doing to solve this tension between labels and TikTok? And also, I just think that in these comparison, if we start talking about the prices, like a view on TikTok is literally being on someone's FYP. A stream on Spotify is 30 seconds. There's a difference. And so it's not apples to apples.
Well, so like right now, if I'm an artist and I want my music to get out there and I want to sign for not just UMG, remember UMG has 1,000 sub labels underneath him, Def Jam, and like it's so many, it's insane. I don't want to sign with those labels anymore, right? I want people to be doing TikTok dances to my song, right? Like, so I do think.
But what if TikTok's not the place to like make it pop? What if it's like YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or something else? You know what's sad though? All the videos now are gonna be muted. So like this is where the Web3 conversation happens, because now all of my content is now muted. The audio is gone because I didn't save it, and it really brings up the discussion of like, okay, you don't own your content, which is like a huge, push in a way for this whole Web3 decentralization conversation finally, where it's like, wait, there's actually, what does digital ownership actually mean? And that's like what I've been thinking about all day.
Totally. I mean, so we have the answer, right? Pharrell's gonna fix it, right?
Exactly. He's got all the answers.
He's got the answers, right?
Can
Okay.
Doodles fix this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm curious, since you guys, I mean, with Pharrell, being part of the Doodles team, obviously one of the most important, powerful people in all of music for a very long time now. Like do these conversations even come up? Does UMG cancels pulling off every song of TikTok? Does Pharrell call up the Doodles headquarters like, guys, we got to do this? Or
no, we don't have a Pharrell bat phone, and also Pharrell's a Sony artist, so I don't.
Yeah, no, it's great. Exactly. So you're winning then. That's good then, right? Yeah.
Well, there was a time Snapchat actually has a lot of music viewership that people don't even really know about, and for a time it was only Warner Music. That was the only catalog that they had. And they were doing big numbers like TikTok numbers. A lot of people were attaching music to it. And I think creators at the time, do they wish certain music was on there? I'm sure they do. But they're going to make do with whatever tools that they have as creators. So at the end of the day, if you don't have your content in a place that people are, the creator is probably, not the creator, like the IP owner, the artist, is probably the one that is going to hurt, because this is just the system that is established right now. So what's going to be really interesting to see is, without universal music on TikTok, what does that do to their market share? And that is all the labels think about. Who has the most market share? So if all of a sudden you start seeing Sony artists trend to the top of Spotify, that might bring a different kind of thing to the table. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but we're about to see how influential being on TikTok really is.
100%.
Yeah, one thing I would say as I'm not trying to, it's not being devil's advocate, one kind of ripple effect that actually will be positive is the fact that there's a lot of TikTok creators that specifically make music content. And one of the ways that their music gets out there the most is if people then use their song and replicate videos using it. And now it's in a way, a lot of the competition is now out there. And I think it comes to a form of incentivization of just creating your own and being independent. and like it will lead to like people inevitably thinking that way. Like I forget the name of the creator because I don't have TikTok, but like he spins the globe and he clicks the
Connor.
Goated, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Crazy.
I've never had a TikTok account, but the point is
Oh, you think you're better than us?
But you knew it. You've seen it.
Yeah,
But you knew it.
This is kind of crazy.
Did I follow you?
Yeah, sure.
I sent one to
but
TikTok.
like stuff like that. I
Well,
guess,
you'll wear an Apple Vision Pro buckets?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
you see?
compromise. But yeah,
Apple's an American company. That's
I do think that it kind of will incentivize people. Like when stuff like this happens, forget if it's good or bad. It leads to a change of how we're gonna have to approach the situation. I think that's just gonna be one of like I would say not necessarily positive, but it's just a repercussion of the fact.
Totally. I would say that the person you pointed out, Connor, I can't remember his last name. I listened to like an hour and a half interview by him. It was mind blowing because he talks about how he writes TikToks first, then the song. He owns 100% of his music, and he's making more money than all these artists from his streams because he owns everything. UMG thing didn't affect him a dime. Like it only boosted him up. And yeah, I think you're right. People who are doing independent stuff are going to win right now.
I'm exclusively like watching on TikTok like only, and maybe it's because of my algorithm, like
feed videos.
New.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
That's very disrespectful.
Quiet part out loud.
It's like only like new artists and finding them 10 months before they even like hit big, and
so cool.
and that won't go away. And I think it'll incentivize like. You know, there are social media apps that they're not growing right now, but there will be a breaking point. Like could be one of them. The levee has been broken kind of, and it's probably gonna create some other opportunities for
Julian
ownership.
gave alpha because you were talking about Snapchat, and Snapchat is like, I feel like it's genius what you said about how music is now popping off there. A lot of creators are being pushed to Snapchat. They're getting paid like, honestly, I was just listening to a podcast, $1 million a month, some creators, to post on Snapchat. And I see creators flocking there just to post like vlog style content. David Dobrik has been doing it for a while. But Julian, you were saying that music is now becoming like more popular there. So maybe that's like the next platform that people are really
It's not only for music. My friend 2 years ago sold the first TV show on Snapchat.
I did Cribs years ago there. Like MTV did full production as Snapchat only. Snapchat has been a huge platform, but I think like, you know, and someone brought up SoundCloud earlier, and I think this is very similar, right? Like all socials are kind of in this gray area with music of like what category it falls under. And so there's probably going to be something, but talking about independent, right? Like when TuneCore and all this ability for artists to independently distribute their music, like that was huge. I want that level of innovation, but I think what we're talking about right now is the difference between distribution, which is TikTok, and like ownership, which is labels, which is yourself, which is Web3. And even in Web3, we don't have something that is, you know, as crazy as social media algorithms. And before TikTok was TikTok, when it was Musical.ly, right? They came and they're like, baby Ariel, have her use your song. And we're like, what the fuck is this? And we had #1 song on the radio. There was still a huge jump in streams from these Musical.ly people. So it does make a difference whether you're the smallest person or the biggest person. And I think like, especially when we talk about creation, right? Like, why are you making music? You're making it for it to be heard. Obviously you want to be paid for it, but like you want people to be able to access it. So in all of this, right? And even in Web3, it's like, how do we not put our stuff on an island, but make it accessible and also get what you deserve from it?
That's the hardest thing we always do in Web3. It's like, we got a new platform. There's 2 people on it. Everyone come over here and it's going to be better.
And
it's like,
no one
one's
can
here.
access it, and the site doesn't work, and you need to download 27 new wallets and 50 VPNs. Like, it's too much.
Yeah, that makes
Blue Sky.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Blue Sky's
but
popping.
Is
I'm
Farcaster
willing
the
to-
one?
I mean, truthfully, Farcaster, it's popping off here. We're like, oh, boom, there you go, Farcaster. We're on it. You're on it, right? I'm on it, right?
Hey,
You got
when's
your
someone
name.
gonna get you for the social-fi?
I've been saying
Like, just.
I'm waiting.
Ugh.
I love
He's
friend
gonna-
tech.
Still?
And I'm not afraid
Wait,
to
what
say it.
was
No.
that? Ugh. Like, I
No.
was like, yeah, did you?
No, I
You're
Somebody
I
who
would've
owns his
let that
keys, check his last
slide.
message.
I wouldn't let that slide.
I said love with an ED, but we're not there right
Because
now.
social and finance don't go together. Once you start financializing social interactions, they're not truly social anymore, right? Like the incentives have changed.
It's still gonna happen,
So,
though.
and it already happens.
That's
but
the
think
space
about
that
how
we're in.
depressed people are, and like how fake relationships are, and how everything does something just for the clicks. Like, I feel like we need actually just to go back to the roots of like pure social media where you can interact with people and it is not monetized. The second any platform implements in monetization, it sucks for creators.
But social media like never feels good. Like even regular social media,
I mean,
you still like.
it did when Instagram was chronological and we just overfilled
every day on social media.
Because it's like an you have to be on it though. It's not necessarily like a want.
No.
Go ahead.
That's literally everything that we're in right now is financial and social like
Yeah.
media.
What are you
Like,
guys
the
saying?
entire thing that we're doing here
Wait.
has financial implications to some degree, and this is all social. Even this platform right here. So I'm kind of like, what is regular social media?
It'll never change. To the government, we're already commodities. So this is not
100%.
strange. Yeah. So
Stay there. Don't worry.
Why are we
okay,
going?
Jen.
This is a government standard. Let's align
Jen,
to
we got a
it.
friend
Crab Dad
standing,
needs
okay?
to cook. Crab Dad needs to cook.
You got it. Let's hear
Love
it.
him.
Crab Dad, cook.
Utah on Polygon.
I came up here to, on Polygon, but I came up here to talk about TikTok and music because I feel like in the short term, it will benefit independent creators and producers to be able to like launch music and have a better opportunity of that going semi-viral. But I feel like in the long term, either TikTok is going or ByteDance is going to launch their own like music label and start signing these artists, or most of these social media companies, as soon as you upload your content to their platform, you're giving them a perpetual commercial use license to your content. And so do they already own that, and can they already license that and commercialize that as they want?
Totally. Well, it's actually so funny because I don't know if you guys have heard the rumors here. Everyone knows what TikTok's next move is. They're trying to be a Spotify. They want to be a Spotify. They want you listening to your music there all day, every day. And, Spotify, I used to work there. Not a profitable company. Not doing that good. AirPods make more money than Spotify. So I think they could maybe win right there. Also, Spotify, I hate to say it, I work there. They're European. They go home at 5, all right? Guess what? My friends who work at ByteDance, they don't go home ever. They work the weekends. And so I feel like you can catch up eventually.
And also the commerce that the TikTok creators are like that branch. I mean, they're leveling up they're padding their whole thing. That commerce money that's coming in from those other accounts, like those independent creators, that's another avenue. I think they're going to be a sort of like a Goliath in some way, slowly but surely.
So maybe we can mix this, because actually there's another comment that's going on right now. The team that every single week, it's like they're killing it. Pudgy Penguin, their Overpass IP came out. This kind of relates to this whole world where we're talking about, okay, if you're going to have these new companies that we're trying to bridge Web3 and Web2, people want some sort of ownership, relates like the whole music world. It seems like people responded pretty positively to this because, well, Pudgy, first of all, their floor price is up. So whatever they do, if the floor price is up, you're going to respond positively. But, kind of curious from the like Doodles team too of like, how do you guys look at moves they're making and then compare it to like Doodles saying like, do we want to go down the IP route? Do we want to like partner up with these other projects? Because this doesn't seem like Pudgy is going after everyone now, right? They're trying to like help, I don't know, it feels like every company makes some cash. So curious any thoughts you got?
I mean, Austin, you can go after, but I love what those guys are doing. I feel like those guys have been hustling since the beginning. They haven't stopped since they took over. And I feel like they're really taking a major shot at like building with community and making sure that the community grows with the brand. And as the brand proliferates, like through platforms like this and through the initiatives that they're creating, like the community really feels like they're invested in the actual in the actual growth of the company. Like I think that's like anytime you can make a community feel like they're part of your IP and not just like passive viewers, that's a win. That's what Web3 is about. So I've hats off to Pudgy. They've done an incredible job.
Totally. I think it's one of those things too of like, what do you choose for your company? Because truthfully, we got some Pudgy toys here, but like, I don't have kids, so I can't go buy Pudgy toys without everyone saying, he's a reseller, stop doing it here, right? But then if I see them on TikTok popping off, I'm like, ooh, I want my Pudgy to be chosen and go viral. You guys just announced yesterday that, hey, you're doing a collaboration with G-Shock, right? So that's another example of G-Shocks. I mean, geez, I wanted a G-Shock so bad when I was 14. I remember going to the skate shop looking at it here. Like, how did you guys choose a company like that, like in terms of the audience that Doodles has?
I think the whole thing around the way we curate the brand partnerships is like what works with the brand. And frankly, like the brand and the style and the creative kind of works for anything. Like, I don't know if you all know this, but Burnt Toast, before he co-founded Doodles, a a lot of his work was advertising work. So he would work with everybody from Google to Facebook to Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and he even designed a board game. Like, he's done so much different creative. Yeah, it's called Quelf. It was a Spin Master game. And his IP is so dynamic that like the color palette and the way that we actually put these things together, it just needs to fit. It needs to be cool. We want it to be culturally relevant. And I think we've been pretty lucky to land a few partnerships with like Adidas and Crocs, G-Shock, and a few of the other things that we have coming that just feel, yeah, my son has those exact ones. You got to get the gibbets, man.
You don't have any gibbets? You have no gibbets?
No gibbets.
Oh, dude. Ordinals must not be doing that good, guys. I might go to Solana. Okay, sorry.
Down bad.
We got to get you some Doodles gibbets. That's
First of all, I'm so glad you say gibbets because I love correcting people. When like, oh, I get a trinket, I'm like, they're called gibbets and they're trademarked. Okay?
I had to ask yesterday. I had to get some clarification yesterday on that.
On the gibbets,
I was like, what are the little the Croc things?
I actually just got my first pair of Crocs last week because one of our panelists gave out 60 pairs of Crocs on the panel. It was one of the more unusual things, and I can't stop wearing them at home. I'm not brave in wearing them out yet because I don't have any gibbets and it's embarrassing, but they're coming in the mail.
Do you wear them in sport mode? That's the
I actually do. I'm sport mode the whole time. I was doing the regular mode, and I was like, nah, man, I'm moving too fast, and so I prefer the sport mode here.
It's wise,
so. Yeah. For the Crocs one, like, I mean, how did that come about? Like, how do you contact a company like Crocs?
I mean, so Brandon Rosenblatt is our head of brand partnerships. Before Doodles, he had worked in advertising for a while, and he also worked in like artist and streetwear creator management. And he just has like a really good point of view on who we should be working with, what kinds of brands we should be partnering with that are like really relevant in culture. And that doesn't mean we need to be working with like high-end streetwear brands every time, but brands that are just relevant. Like Crocs is a value brand, but it is as relevant as any brand in culture right now. Everybody wants to do a Crocs collab. G-Shock is kind of a similar thing. Like a lot of very influential people follow the brands. So Brandon's usually the one that kind of comes up with some of the ideas around the partnerships, but really like they can come from anywhere, right? Like a lot of people have relationships at the company. Hey, this would be cool. This would be cool. We brainstorm a little bit and then we get to work.
Totally. Yeah, I was gonna say like for something like Crocs, you can say it's a value brand, but when the Lightning McQueen Crocs are restocked, it's a war. Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen. You got to get in there and throw some elbows.
6-year-old and a 3-year-old. I have like 4 pairs. So.
Yeah. So kind of curious, like for like other brands you would look to do, because right now like G-Shock, Crocs, those are all like kind of cool brands that I don't know. They're kind of ageless, right? Everyone wears Crocs. G-Shocks have been around like I know grown men and kids who wear it. Like, are you trying to be ageless when you do these brands, or do you think about like capturing the kids more? Because it feels like when I see Pudgy, it's going after the kids. Get the kids, and then you guys, you'll make money off the kids, right? G-Shock, though, I'll wear a G-Shock, right? We all wear Crocs. Do you think about the age range of who you're going after?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the best comp for Doodles is probably like Adventure Time or SpongeBob. Like it's like the writing, the style, like the brand feel is, it's really more for like young adults, but like it also has that weird sense of nostalgia, but it's safe for kids. Like we're not going to be like totally crude humor. So I'd say like the best comp is definitely like stuff like Simpsons, Adventure Time, SpongeBob. And then there's also like just, I don't think you have to go one way or the other. Like if you look at Star Wars, if you look at Spider-Man, if you look at timeless IP, they have the live action stuff that's PG-13 and above, and then they have like Spidey and His Amazing Friends, which is for 7 years old and under. So I think like the more timeless, I think you have to earn that, by the way, but the more timeless your IP gets, the more people you can go after. So I don't know, we really like, but if you like have to put it in a box, like put it in the Adventure Time box.
Okay, cool, nice.
I want to ask you, Julian, like we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Y'all been rolling out all these collabs. Like, what do you say to the holders that are like, Crocs collab is whatever, but like you're just selling us more merch. Like, what's in it for our bags? Like, what's in it for the holders?
I mean, so the thing that like I think Pudgies did really well, and the reason I'm bringing them up is because I think this will add context to what I'm about to say, is going into Walmart, even though a lot of holders bought those damn toys, a lot of people didn't too. A lot of non-holders didn't buy the toys. But what they were able to do is communicate how more people coming into the brand through a very familiar channel. A lot of people that go to Walmart. You go to Walmart. You buy groceries there. You buy toys there. You don't go to Toys R Us anymore. You go to Walmart to buy toys. Like you do a lot of Christmas shopping there. Everybody could really understand what that meant, right? But when we do a brand partnership, people assume that we're just selling to the holders. We don't fully expect holders to buy every single thing that we put out. But every single time we do a partnership, we're doing the same thing Pudgy's is doing by getting the company and the brand into Walmart. We're reaching new people. We're doing collab posts with brands that are bigger than us, brands that have cultural cachet. And 60% of the purchasers for our Crocs were non-holders. So it's okay if you don't want to buy the Croc, but be happy that we're in a position where we can actually partner with one of the biggest brands in the world and start getting introduced to new people. Because the more people that come into our ecosystem, and through the tech that we're building, that's hopefully going to be a net to capture all those new people with the studio software that we're launching, more people are going to learn about the NFTs that you own. More people are going to learn about the wearables that we have, the entire ecosystem. So Doodles partnering with the biggest brands in the world is huge. That's very bullish for holders. And I understand why some people might not want to buy everything. That's why we do it very limited edition every single time. It's about marketing. It's about getting the brand out there.
One thing to say is I think that the biggest mistake that a lot of projects do, especially when they're getting into a certain realm of lifestyle, physical product, is that from the get-go, I think especially during the bull when a lot of these projects launched, they didn't actually train their community to be customers. It was more of you're selling them on a dream, and it kind of I got a sneak peek at the comments on the future topics, kind of goes into that as well. But you promise a dream, and then you're expecting that if you get this, then so much else will come to you, rather than being, now you're a part of this, you own this, digital piece, and now that's your representation, and then this company's going to consistently, expand and evolve. But we're not trained as community members to be customers. And I think that there's certain communities that have done it very well. One of them is Clone X, and people, they want to buy their sneakers, right? They want to forge, they want to spend money on it. And then, there's other ways to execute on it better, obviously. But the whole point is that for a long time we've been selling a dream, and then holders are basically waiting for that to come. And then the second that they're asked for more than what they were initially asked for, which was a mint price or whatever the price of the floor is, then they're not customers anymore. Then they're just the fudders on the timeline.
No, I think you bring up a really interesting point. I mean, if you were to kind of take the analogy of a company that is just starting out, right? And the very beginning of that company is a dream because that's all you have. You're going and building all the relationships. These things take time. And what you're really speaking to is this idea of not only education, but continuing to reaffirm that communication of this is what success looks like. And I think that's something we're all learning, right? And success and the oh wow, that just got that
Sorry,
was wild.
sorry, we're making you loud. You were spitting fire, so we turned you up.
But what success looks like changes for the brand as the brand gets bigger, right? And for people that came in at different parts of the brand, they may have a different definition of success. And so I think we collectively as brands need to do that education over and over again.
Yeah, it's about basically aligning the incentives with the expectations of the community, and also the ability from the team to actually deliver. And the biggest problem is that a lot of projects, what I've seen them do when they're building a brand is they take a lot of the shortcuts in order to get to a certain place of notoriety, and those shortcuts is being obscure and basically not promising, but kind of promising that you're going to be getting X, Y, and Z. And then when people are basically eating a dinner that they're expecting to be comped by the restaurant, and they get handed a fat bill being you have to pay $200 for this product, that's when they feel slighted. But they're only feeling slighted because this is a narrative that we've been running with to shortcut ourselves up to the top. And eventually, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And if you built a community on the backs of obscurity and false promises or selling a dream, when the actual dream comes to fruition, whatever that dream looks like, it's never living up to expectations.
Well, there's this weird thing too, and I think this is part of my experience being in Bored Ape early. When they came out, it was going to be the next Supreme, and I was a little Supreme collector since I was a youth, so I was oh cool, I'm in. And then every nerd was you need to buy every single piece, every single one to cop, one to stock, a couple more in the bags. I've got so many hoodies that are in fucking plastic right now worth $2, and yeah, and the people were.
Wait.
Just wait. Oh, just
I
wait.
was not connecting my wallet to that shit, so I didn't get any.
But-
No, honestly, I look at the what haunts me is the super plastic doll that I spent way too much money on.
That basketball that was airdropped on
But-
Polygon that we could have sold
It's
for an
gonna be
E.
worth something one day.
I still have a basketball seal that I'm going to give away for some. Okay, Thread Guy, we have a next tournament that'll be a giveaway.
That's a
No,
good
but,
idea.
but one thing that's interesting is if you think about Supreme, when it was like super limited drops, you can't get everything. You can't click enough fast to get everything. Even if you have a bot, you have to choose what you wanted to get. So you're happy with whatever you got. I got a hat, you got a shirt, you got one, cut and sew. Good. You weren't trying to collect everything and then make money off everything. You're trying to get some stuff to own. And we right away went into the mentality of, hey, when a company released something, I need to buy everything. Are people mad at Adidas? Like, dude, Adidas released 20 shoes this week I didn't want to buy. You're like, no, you buy the ones you like. And like, that's a weird thing that us Degens haven't quite got through our heads yet. But yeah, it's about finding some cool, smaller niche that is hyped on it. I base it off how much you appear on Hypebeast.
It's interesting though, right? Because like the relationship with the community is very different than like a consumer brand. Like I'm not hitting up Phil Knight because I didn't get Black Cement 3s, but like I can guarantee people hit me up when they don't get Crocs. Like that happens.
Yeah.
So it is like very, very different. Just like the expectations of what that relationship looks like. And like, look, we brought that on ourselves collectively as a space. Like that is part of the promise of the space, that there is co-creation, that we are doing this together, that like you do get a front row seat. And like, if we didn't sign up for that, like we wouldn't be here. So like, I get that.
Totally. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think a part of it too is just with Supreme, for example, like they've been around for so long, and to more recent drops, it's like way more hyped. But early days, like probably a little bit more accessible to be able to get those things. And we're like kind of in those very early stages of building the culture of what even those products look like. And from that, I was gonna ask, because when I was at ComplexCon, I went to the Doodles booth, and they didn't mention anything about Web3. So I was wondering more so, is it intentional when you guys even go to these brands, and like, do you talk about Web3 at all, or is it more so just about the IP and the universe and building that through?
Go.
No, I've been talking.
He's like, you take that one.
That was an order.
No,
Go.
I mean, we're a Web3 entertainment company. I mean, we've never run from that. Like at the end of the day, the technology that's kind of dominated the narrative in mainstream media is kind of silly. Like when you're trying to bring new people in, you don't lead with technology. You don't lead with infrastructure. Like we're not talking right now about like how this technology is working, and we're live streaming to Twitter and YouTube right now, and like that's happening simultaneously at the same time, and like what platforms that built on. 99% of people are not going to care what's under the hood. There are going to be a lot of people that dig into the tech and really care about like, self-sovereignty and being able to own your own assets, and that might increase over time. But at the end of the day, if you ever hope for a brand to grow, you need to make the experience about the experience, not what's under the hood. So for us, like when we talk about being multi-chain, like we're not hiding from the fact that our wearables are NFTs, but why do we need to call them NFTs? Like the experience is a lot more like Roblox or Fortnite than it is like getting a MetaMask and trading crypto and transferring it to different wallets. Like no one's gonna do that stuff other than the people that are here. So for us, like we don't think it's mutually exclusive. We think you can be both things. And when you see the next iteration of our studio platform coming out, yes, the majority of the experience, if you're coming in without an account, is going to be very, I'll call it consumer friendly, very easy, very familiar, very frictionless. Like you don't even need a wallet to onboard. But once you're in and you have an account, you're going to see the original collection. You're going to see the Genesis boxes. You're going to see all of our wearables. Like you're going to learn about Web3, whether you like it or not, because that's what Doodles is. So I don't really look at it that way. I look at it like we're an IP company and we're building our whole infrastructure on Web3 rails. We don't think that's going to matter to the consumer long term. We think the consumer, we think communities are just going to care that our shit really works and it's awesome.
That's a great point, Sonny. I do have to make one correction, though, as an old, annoying Supreme head, right? It was so hard to buy Supreme for the first decade, right? There was no online store. You had to go to the store in person. There's one in New York. There's 6 in Japan. And When you went in person, they wouldn't sell you things. I walked into the Supreme store when I was 18 years old. I said, I want to buy that shirt. And they said, no, you can't, dork. And they kicked me out. That's what they would do. And they're like, that guy's cool. And I'm like, you sold him a shirt? And you go, that was the last one. And they made it really, really, really hard. And when they opened the store up for the first time, it literally, everything sold out in seconds. It was so hard. You had to have a plan. If you wanted a camp hat in 2008 online, you had to have a bot. You had to like know how to program. And so they made it so hard. Now it's easy. The fact that I can wake up late on a Thursday and be like, oh, I can buy some Supreme, that's like a luxury. It used to be every morning, 9 a.m., here we go, we're getting ready. The bots are up, 12 tabs, one hat, right? So, I think that built them up over a decade.
Do you still have that hat?
Oh, yeah, I got all my old, no joke, all the old Supreme I bought, and I started selling some of it here, it all went up. That's why when Apes came out, I was like, I know this game. I sold my old Supreme North Faces. I wore them in the winter for years and then sold them for triple the price. And I was like, this is easy. Apes, I'm going to buy all these. Didn't work. Yeah.
So Web3 changes that for you though, right? To get those products early on?
Well, so far it has not changed because the drops have still been so limited. It's still been a thing where like all the ape drops, you had to be there the exact moment. You're still exactly fighting the same old battle, right? CloneX has figured out some of it more, it seems, but that battle still seems like it hasn't worked. Because even if you say you own an asset, you get access to something, we don't know if every single person wants it. We don't know if one person's going to flip it or not. How do you get things in the right hands? It's an unsolved problem that I feel like every brand that's doing fashion is tackling. I think the only way really to do it is back in the old school way, is you have an annoying guy at the store who goes, oh, thread guy, he's cool, he's got it. Sorry, Troy. I'm joking.
Troy looks like he's gonna pay 3x on secondary.
Yeah. He's got ordinal money. He's got ordinal money. Okay.
Before he does that, he's got to get some gibbets.
Yeah.
Number one is gibbets.
I actually don't have a joke. I'm a really funny guy. But I wanted to ask you, in terms of your studio platform and in terms of entertainment visually, are you guys doing anything? And could I Barbara Walters you here and just see if you can divulge me into that?
You haven't seen their TikTok?
What? I mean, no. But
it's good.
It's good.
Okay. I'm on there. You have a daughter, so like.
We acquired a pretty world-class animation studio back in January of last year.
I work in Hollywood, so I'm very into it. That's why I'm excited. That's why I'm asking.
He's going to pay 3x on secondary for that.
Mark it on your bingo cards. Okay, cool. Sorry.
No. I mean, look, like short-form video is the #1 most consumed content format in the world. We acquired an ad agency, an animation-driven ad agency that has built their business for the last 15 years on creating short-form content for Nike, for Disney, for Paramount, like some of the biggest brands and IP in the world. So our whole point of view was, instead of trying to like build that entire pipeline on our own and try and like hire every single person, go acquire a company that, is that the rain?
That's the rain. This is the first time we've ever had a show where it rained.
Sign up for this.
Wow.
Acquire a company that can get integrated pretty immediately. So we held off on really going deep in content creation for a while. We just kind of really got them integrated summer of last year. We launched a ton of social entertainment content. We're growing at a really remarkable rate right now. So social's kind of first. We have a pretty big long form project coming this year.
Thank you, man. That's all the time I want to take. I'm very excited. I used to be a holder, and I got out of the project.
Barbara Walters. I thought you were gonna like.
Oh, me, because I know it's an argumentative show, and I wanted to get this part right.
Okay. I want to push back against one thing that you said, and I think that you're saying, like, I totally understand that everyone in Web 2, right? They just want to like click the thing, be a part of it. They don't really care. But I think a lot of people really are searching for self-sovereignty, right? Whether it's the conversation we were having earlier and talking about ownership in music or any social media content, right? But people don't actually know what to search for or ask for. So I have not gone through your Web 2 experience, but just something that like, I feel like if you push, and you did say like they'll learn about Web3 whether they like it or not, but I think if that's something that's emphasized earlier rather than later, you can have such a bigger impact on this space and really show people the importance of self-sovereignty. Instead of like defaulting to most people won't care, it's like, how do we get people to care if we're in this space?
Can I speak to that? Because I think like we're all Degens here, and most of us, when we got into crypto to begin with, like we started on a centralized exchange. Most of us, like that was the first place. We were at Coinbase for most of us. We then hold on, let me finish. We then went into MetaMask. let me finish.
That was good.
Okay.
So we went from a centralized exchange, right? We're starting to learn about crypto. Oh, this is interesting. What is that thing over there? NFTs. Love that. I'm gonna get a MetaMask. and you slowly moved your way down the Degen role, like compare that to the studio. When you sign up for the studio, you sign up with an email address. What we're doing on the back end is actually creating a wallet for you. You're able to still hold all your NFTs, which you're just looking at as collectibles. But when you are ready for self-sovereignty, because we do believe in that, you can transfer them. That is an option for you. That's the Trojan horse for you. But we don't want you to immediately go to Doodles and be like, all right, you got to sign up for a MetaMask.
Just some food for thought, right? And I totally get that, but I came into this space looking for understanding the concept of decentralization, right? Like I literally did a project that did 2.5K ETH secondary in the first 24 hours. I kept none of the money, I paid the taxes, and gave it to people to onboard them so they wouldn't have to go through a centralized exchange, because that was something that I struggled with for a while. And I think there are a lot of people that come here for values or understand the concept but don't know it's a spot. So I wouldn't assume that everyone, right? Like we all connected our Facebook to every single thing back in the day, right? Log in with Facebook easy, and that hasn't been good for society or any of us. So, I totally get where you're coming from, but
I think there's a reason that 99% of the people in the world don't custody their own cash, right? Like banks exist for a reason, and it's because people don't want that burden. Look how many people get scammed here in this space with NFTs and
people
crypto
also
right
get scammed in traditional banking.
No, but of course. But my point is you're not going to convince the population of a revolution that they didn't really ask for. I think in time, as custodying your own assets get a lot easier and more consumer friendly, and people really do start understanding the benefits as inflation continues to go rampant, and like people really understand how little control they have over their own lives. 99% of people have no idea what's happening in the world. And
right. Shouldn't we enlighten them?
Well,
sure. Wait. That's a very different thing, I think. We're building an entertainment company that is meant to, like we were just talking about this, right? We're talking about people, like artists getting their music on TikTok because they want to reach everybody that they possibly can.
What the heck? I'm sorry. It's raining and thundering.
The end of days.
We've never heard this in Venice. I'm very scared. It sounds like sound effects.
I lived here for 2 years. It never rained.
I know.
It never rained.
I've never heard it rain in the studio, so it's freaking me out. Sorry, keep going. You're on a fire too.
My point is that if we start trying to convince everybody that decentralization is the way, we're going to have a much smaller addressable market, and that's not good for anybody. Definitely not good for our holders.
Yeah, I think
Real quick, Jen, though, I think this is the thing, though. They're like the people who have ideals and they go into something. I'm definitely one of those annoying nerds who I'm looking for things. I'm looking for philosophy that matches whatever I'm into. I know I'm a weirdo, and there's two of me, right? And I was in the Supreme for all these years, and it's so great. They're mean to you when you go to the store, and it's hard to buy, and no one cared. It went online. 5 years later, my friend's like, Supreme is pretty cool now that you can buy it easily. And I was like, no, it's not. It's not cool anymore. The ideals aren't. There's always the smaller, decentralized, total DeFi nerds are going to be.
You bring up a great point. The learning curve is going to be much more buffered, and it's not going to happen today. And I see where you're going, the trajectory. It's going to be easier to catch nets, and they're not going to feel it because it's not important for them to go, oh, you guys did MetaMask? Man, I'm glad I didn't have to go through that. But I feel the buzz of being whatever this new world is for me. So that's what I'm saying.
We just want to meet people where they are. Like that's really it.
Yeah, and
I think we should have more faith in people, but I'll let you guys do your thing.
I think we should feel the rain for about 5 minutes.
You have fun in that. I'm getting in my car and
Hold
crying.
on, I'm trying to.
No, don't worry. This rain's going to be done. It does not rain this hard in Venice. This can only last in 5 seconds.
It's raining Sunday, too.
You know, my coffee shop literally today was like, we're giving free delivery because it's raining. I love LA for that.
Okay, so well, even back to this topic, because one thing I think is super interesting is that the Doodle TikToks appear on my account, and I've seen other people repost them and like them, right? Because what we're talking about, no one is being like, oh, a centralized project. It's like cute animation. Look at this guy. Ooh, this made me feel good. I've even gone through the comments and people are just like, oh man, I love seeing this on a Monday morning. This put me in a good mood. It's like, how did you guys approach that TikTok strategy? Were you just, you acquired Golden Wolf. Was it right away like, okay, Golden Wolf, start making us TikToks or?
I just like what Austin just said, like meeting people where they are, right? Like I think a lot of people tend to think of storytelling and narrative in a pretty narrow way. Like either it's a movie or a television show. But really where most people are consuming content is Instagram, it's Snapchat, it's TikTok. People are spending a lot more time in Roblox, on Fortnite. So if we just put all of our eggs in, man, we just need to get a show on Netflix, we're not building the brand well enough. You need to be communicating with people organically where they are. And right now, TikTok is a place that you can't just use it as a marketing vehicle to take people out of that environment. It's really hard to get people out of there. Like 50% of all Gen Z and millennial shopping in 2023, the holiday season, was on TikTok and Instagram directly.
Wow.
That's a crazy number. That means that if you are a brand trying to market to somebody to leave TikTok, you are already behind the 8 ball. So the point is, if you think of all this legacy IP that is only trying to drive people into movie theaters or streaming services, think of how hard it is to do that for people on TikTok or on Instagram. Wouldn't it make more sense to try and entertain those people there and maybe over time create some affinity and then bring them in to your other environments where you can potentially monetize them further, bring them further down the funnel? To really stand out and to really create affinity for your brand, for your IP, I think you need to entertain people on the platform, not just sell to them constantly, which is what most people do.
That's what happened with Quibi in 3-6 months. I don't know if you remember during COVID,
Totally.
but they came from the top down place where I work down, and you can't serve those because you're not meeting people where they're at.
No,
you
we're
think
getting briefs from like literally some of the biggest IP in the world for Golden Wolf. How do you give this character that's 100 years old that everybody in the world knows a voice on TikTok? Because the only place that you can actually consume content on that character is in this app. And people want to feel a connection to their IP. They don't want the company saying, go watch this character here. Like they don't want to do that. People get distracted 1 second after second at this point.
The other thing about TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, and we have it on Twitter and Spaces, is that, it's like, it's all about community. Like if you're Doodles and you have all your content, but then you do a live as the CEO for like an hour, people can't believe they're in the room with you and you're reading their name. Hey, what's up, Johnny? What's up, Jessica? Whoever. And same thing with Spaces. Like Thread Guy is listening to my take right now, or Mika is. Wow, that's it. That's good for me, and I return to that thing. So that level, and then the content, meeting people where they're at, it's just new revolution. It just hasn't capitalized yet.
Yeah. So imagine if like SpongeBob is interacting with you that way on TikTok, the same way that Thread Guy is interacting with you, and through all this other tooling that you can create, like AI is going to be really interesting there. Can AI give SpongeBob life persistently? Can you train a model to actually be 24/7 entertainment, 24/7 content? Like there's some really interesting opportunities for IP.
I will say, if you guys have not seen it, I got to shout it out. Glorp, that's a guy who does SpongeBob rap songs. It's the greatest thing in the entire, oh my God, it's the most well-produced.
Really?
It is in.
It's insane.
It is in, you will listen to it and you will be like, what is this? Is so good. The music videos are out of control, and it's making me like, I already love SpongeBob, but yeah, even more here.
Have you explored the idea of AI paired with mixed reality?
Oh my God, yeah. Scott.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited about tomorrow, but I'm just wondering, curious, because like you could imagine right now SpongeBob is just in front of me, chilling here.
Pull up Scott's tweet from May 23rd. Can we do that?
Right, there you go, Rosenbaum, he's
May
got it.
23rd, burnt toast. Well, we were talking about it today, so. No, yeah, I think I kind of look at content journey and like IP affinity as, there's always on, there's evergreen stuff, and that's going to be social. And then there's event driven stuff, right? Like movies and television shows on streaming platforms, like those things take a long time to develop and they don't live for very long. It's kind of like showing up at an event. So those are going to be major events. But if you only do that and you optimize for that one thing, you're missing the entire year. You're missing a real relationship with your community. Think of Game of Thrones. What gets people from one season to the next season? It's fan fiction. It's the theories. It's the community creating content. That is the way that we think IP is going to develop now, but we think brands and IP operators are going to get a lot better at building tools for their community to create better content and distribute content better. That's where AI comes in. That's where we think, like the mixed reality thing, I think is just going to be another format to engage with content that people are going to find more entertaining than just looking at like a static screen. You'll see, like we're May
getting there,
We're
July.
close, yeah.
This is good though. Doodles are posting.
Building anticipation.
Doodles are posting. That's what we want. So I will say, if you think about like Game of Thrones, that was one of the last shows where people actually were all showing up on a Sunday to get together in person and watch it. And
You
then
skipped
boom.
it.
they're talking theory after. If once the AR headset's out, I'm going to be at home, right? And it's going to be a watch party with Mika and Buckets and Max, right?
I don't think it's the headset. I think that's just where we're going for the next 10 years. Like in
There
the
you go.
like for the
There you go.
next.
Ooh, nice.
So that was way before the headset got announced. Like Scott is deep
Yeah.
on thinking about content for AR and like how doodles actually show up.
That's pretty sick.
And that's like, you know, like an idea of how our studio platform could come to life, but like just there. And like eventually, you know, like the place we're going is, you know, the headset's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until it's just like, I mean, I don't know, a contact lens or something.
You're
like
telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
100%.
maybe speaking on the funny, the exact opposite side of mixed reality, Doodles, you guys have been known for doing actual big events, right? Like the putt-putt events and bringing people together. And, you know, I've heard from so many people where it's like, I took my kids there and they actually had fun. You know, a lot of NFT events, you can't bring them. It's a bunch of Degens smoking weed and saying, yeah, I bought this. Yeah, I'm selling that. It's not the most kid-friendly, where it's like, you know, you built a world. How do you guys thinking about that going into 2024 or like even in the past?
I like wholeheartedly think like we're not going towards like some dystopian future where we just have headsets on all day and like we just spend every waking moment in the metaverse. I think it's really going to be about like bridging physical and digital experiences, blurring the lines between fantasy and reality. So people are going to go to places like the Museum of Ice Cream for an event, for a night out, to feel connection, to like be with community. It's the same reason we do stuff at South by Southwest. At Art Basel, you bring community together. They have an incredible time. They can Instagram and TikTok the crap out of their experience. And then when they leave, there's all these online environments where they can continue to share in memories, where they can continue to communicate with each other. But the event part of it, I think, is really important when you're talking about like driving affinity. It's not just about coming together. That's like a big part of it. But you go to concerts because you want to feel something. So how do you make people feel something in real life? And then if you can bring them back into a digital environment and make them feel those things all over again because they remember what that was like, I think that's going to be the experience that wins. It's going to be bridging physical and digital, not just we're living in this digital world 24/7.
So you hate the metaverse?
I just think it's an overplayed term. I like AR a lot more than VR.
Okay, yeah. Well, then XR. That's the move.
XR's
AR is better than VR. Agree.
No, yes. Hold on. Yes. They're two different things, and like, yeah, I agree with you. I'm more into like mixed reality than fully immersive. I don't think we're ready for virtual reality. I think mixed reality, you can do so much. I mean, I'm a little biased. I'm the CCO of an XR company, so you know, but yeah, that's even like Mark Zuckerberg and like all these people that are building these devices. They say that they don't want it to be like, oh yeah, we're dystopian world. It's supposed to actually bridge the gap.
Well, I mean, I don't know. For me, I run an IRL event here for a reason, and I've always discovered that people are a lot nicer IRL. They're more forgiving. They get to know you better. I read them online. I'm like, that guy, he's obnoxious. I mean, in person, I'm like, oh, he's actually full of energy, and I'm getting hyped up. I never thought you were obnoxious.
Yeah, just like think back to the like first like Web3 event that you went to, right? And like the sense of community of like, yes, meeting online, but actually like solidifying the relationships that like you have from online IRL. Like, I see passion back there. Like we met, I think, for the first time at a Doodles event, like back at South by like 2 years ago. Like, yeah, we were friends beforehand, but like actually getting together in person, like that's how you make really deep relationships. So I think it's always going to be core to who we are as a brand.
Totally. I will never forget being over just a short walking distance away in Venice at the first Bored Ape meetup, and we were like, what if it passes an ETH? Oh my God, we'll be rich. This is going to be crazy. It's going to be the next Supreme. And it was like, those people, I'm not joking, I still see many of them every single week, multiple years later. So, and I think a lot of it too is once you meet someone in person, you're more likely to want to reach out again and talk to them. So we got to mix the realities, you know? So I don't know, that's kind of where I'm at.
Nice callback.
I was going to say, actually, for you, Thread Guy, you've been traveling all around doing all this kind of stuff. You're going to crazy F1 in Vegas, right? Those experiences. Like, you're going to stuff that is not Web3. What is better about those than Web3, or what could they learn from what we've done?
Yeah, and I'll even say this, just like relating it to the last point with like the VR, the virtual reality. Like Julian and I were talking about this the other day. Like I think it's part of the reason I've been so focused on the like in real life, the event coverage, the face-to-face podcast, coming here doing this panel. Is I feel like there's a like significant premium on that style of like content. Even I hate the word content now too, but like premium on that style of content, because it's like as we go, everything's AR, everything's VR, everything's like virtual mixed reality, whatever it is. this like face-to-face look at you in your eye, you can't really replicate it. And I think that has sort of been like a motive as to why, like, yes, spaces every day, Twitter content, all of that. But like, how do we get this shit to video and establish the video in real life platform like right now before it's like past the point of no return?
Yeah, totally. You're like pretty much, you're actually both leading kind of on the video realm, and you guys have always been content people.
We dabble.
Yeah, you guys are putting out more content than most people. Yeah, as Doodles looked into any like live streaming stuff of what you guys are doing, because I feel like one of the things is the community's got a lot of creative people. Once you guys got Pharrell, every single musician was like, I'm in, let's go, let's jump over here. And then you've got, I actually literally, when I bought my Doodle, I bought it because I'm so mad I can't remember his name. Someone put out a song, I like the song, and he made a video of his Doodle's head bobbing. And I was like, cool, there you go. That's why I'm buying it. That guy's making some content.
Was
here.
it Past the Rainbow?
Past the Rainbow, that's what it was.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I bought mine. I saw that. I got it on Spotify. I listened like 10 times, and I was like, all right, cool. I'll buy one. That sounds good enough for me.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, man, I even forgot the question.
Well, no, it's like how have you guys looked at like
live streaming,
and
yes,
all that
yes.
stuff? Yeah, how do you? Because you guys are making great produced content.
We've done it in the past. I mean, at DoodlePut, we had JKB live stream, which Kat from JKB now works at Doodles, which is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, we love Kat. And also at camp, when we opened, we did a live stream where we actually funded through the incubator, which is like our community treasury, for content creators to come shoot the entire thing, live stream the first day. So yeah, I think live streams are more and more important for sure.
Okay, good. You said what I was looking to hopefully hear. Okay, we got a lot of content creators. We're in LA. You know how it is. You see how many people?
I talked to you yesterday.
Yeah. Well, you see how many people rolled up here today with cameras on gimbals ready to go here? So explain this incubator thing.
Yeah. So the incubator is like really our Web3 accelerator. It is, we know a lot of people have ideas, they want to bring the IP to life, but they're looking for resources, they're looking for funding, they're looking for a community. So if you have an OG Doodle, you can go and actually like propose an idea for a business. So one of the ones we had that just went live from Deep Hangster is called Toasty Co. He is selling candles. They're awesome. We got to smell them, samples of them at camp. They're great. So if you can go and support him, definitely go and do that. So yeah, businesses. It's also for people to do events. We're really going to focus this year just broadly on creating more engaging, deeper events where like we can't necessarily show up as a company everywhere, but can we empower the community to have events globally around the world? So that's a big element of it. And then also experiments. Like we have a lot of developers in our community that will go off and create their own type of software. Like when we initially launched our like avatars with our wearables, someone created what is now known as the Doodle Decks. And it showed all of the different wearables that had been revealed, the ones that hadn't been revealed, the rarity. And so we want to be able to encourage more of that because as an internal team, we can only build so much on our own.
Totally.
So can we actually get more developers in the community creating and just generally foster co-creation? So the second community council that governs the incubator, so it's community run, just started. I think they had their first meeting yesterday.
Nice.
So yeah, we're excited about it.
I also like the incubator thing, like, asking like, is Doodles, Web3? I know that's like a question that gets thrown around a lot. Like, oh, you don't have higher than $100,000 cap on how you can commercialize your NFT. We have our reasons for doing that. It's to protect our IP, and that will ultimately make everybody's situation better. But if you have a good idea and it passes the smell test of the community council and we like that idea too, not only are we going to let you use the IP of your Doodle, we're going to let you use our IP and we're going to fund the project. Who else is doing that in Web3? Like that to me is as Web3 as it gets. And now we actually have an example of somebody that we gave a grant to that's legitimately starting a consumer products brand. We deployed $350,000 in cash last year to holders to create experiences. Like that product is as Web3 as it gets. And I think it's a groundbreaking thing that doesn't really get enough credit right now.
Totally. See,
and you told me I was allowed to shill. So.
No, you're definitely allowed to
You're chill.
You are. Yeah. Yeah. And I was gonna say, like, we don't always know all these things too. Being in other communities, what like bubbles to the top? You know what I mean? Remember, the FUD bubbles to the top. The cool stuff doesn't always bubble, and the only way you actually do it is, for me, I get a holder. I'm at the bar later, and they go, "Okay, I'll tell you what's really happening," and then I'm like, "Oh, dang, there's a lot of cool stuff happening." So you got to find the time to chill. Kind of curious for the different live events here. How's been your community like across the world? Do you guys find out like you have pockets of people here or there, or like where are the people at?
very global. I had the opportunity to go to Korea over the summer, which maybe don't go to South Korea in August. It is like so humid. I'll go like back in the fall next time, but like such a beautiful community there that like really love the IP, and it meant a lot for us to like be able to go and spend time with them. And they had put together, Young Sun, who's actually our events chair for the incubator now, put on an incredible conference. So they're global. We have a really big Asian community. But obviously, North America is really big for us. South America, we do a lot in Europe. So now that I've named every continent except for Antarctica,
You didn't say Africa. You didn't say Antarctica.
Which shout out David Boateng. He does like incredible work with like special needs kids in Africa.
Awesome.
He's a mutant ape. He also has a doodle. We're trying to figure out like ways to work with him. So like in Africa as well. It's very much global.
Can I ask, how do you guys kind of like spread your brand and your work through like other cultures, other countries, other communities that don't speak English? That's something I struggle with, and that sounds like really cool. I just like love to know like how that works, or like what you guys do for that.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's something that we could do a little bit better, and we really lean into community efforts. Like we have the Korean doodles, the Koodles as they call themselves. They do a lot of translation. They've also asked historically for like we do these like big like brand presentations in our Discord. Julian's usually on the mic, like going through our decks, and they're usually in English, and they've asked to like, hey, can you send the PDF and we'll translate it. So we've looked to do that as well, but historically we've really leaned on our community, and really grateful that they raise their hands and want to spread it in other languages.
I think that's also like a lot of the power of community, right? Like the fact that can even happen and people feel like they want to do that is pretty remarkable, and we feel like pretty fortunate because of it. I'd also say the art is pretty universal. Like I don't think one region or one culture really kind of gravitates to it. I think it's pretty universal across the world. And the translation tools on social are like pretty crazy
100%.
right now. Like it's pretty remarkable. But I think the art's really the thing that kind of makes the audience so global.
I mean, like I minted doodles when it came out, and the reason I did that is because like I knew Burnt Toast. Jen talked about it. Like we knew Burnt Toast before he was dropping. He was like, wait, he's dropping an NFT. This is literally Burnt Toast. That's alpha. So we went for it. So that's like the initial reason when I got in. And I appreciate
still holding
the
it?
response.
Hey, always
He's an
time to come
ordinal
back.
boy.
Always time to come back.
I'm sorry, but I meant it.
Yeah,
There you go.
appreciate you.
That is a flex. I will say, if anyone does want to learn, about retranslating stuff, AI Meetup. If you guys haven't seen 11 Labs' new dubbing tool that came out last week, very, very nice. If you want to take something and redub it, the voices are so good. They actually are, come here on Sunday here. Speaking of that, I think actually we're at our ending here. Before we do it, we get one last show for everyone here. Thread Guy, what's coming up next? Who are our interview? Drop the alpha. Come on, man.
Man, I got nothing to show other than be back here in this spot next Thursday. Shout out to IRL Alpha, man.
Now, you got some spaces this week at least. Come on, right?
10 a.m. PST tomorrow.
There we
I'll
go.
be on Spaces. Come on through.
There we go.
That's all I got, though.
Tomorrow's the biggest day in the entire world for Mika. I'm so excited. It's Apple VR Day and birthday. Wish her a happy birthday. Got anything to shill?
Launching the first ever AR generative art project on chain this month, and XR's coming out. So
Beautiful, exciting,
You know
and
where we
birthday
at.
tomorrow. Gonna have a lot of fun. Beautiful here. Austin, Julian, thank you so much for coming here and dealing with this random barrage of people in the rain. I know. Yeah. The show is gonna keep lasting until it stopped raining. Luckily, it did here. The Doodles G-Shock is coming. We've seen no photos of it yet, right? So when do we actually get to see it?
I don't know. Maybe you should tune into that Thread Guy podcast.
Okay, when's that dropping?
We were talking about it sometime mid next week.
Okay.
I'll fill you all in, but sometime mid next week.
Beautiful. I'm excited. If you don't know, I'm a big watch nerd, and it's going to hit Hodinky. That's the key. You got to hit Hodinky. That's the key. And
This guy knows what he's doing over
Yeah.
here.
I was going to say, anything else exciting coming up for Doodles we should be looking out for?
A lot, but we can't really talk much about it. But
On the next episode of Barbara
On the next
Walters.
episode. Okay, so it sounds like we got to wait for the podcast. It'll be out next week here.
We're going to do another panel.
Another panel here. More stuff here.
I got
Okay.
something else to shill that's not,
Let's hear it.
not Doodles.
You're allowed to shill anything.
Everything Token, NFT Bark, if you haven't heard of it.
Book,
Definitely
yes.
go get the book. We're doing a Web3 book club. We've got a Discord going. We've got like 80 people in there. We're going to do our first meetup at the end of February. Steve is great. He does Coffee with Captain 5 days a week.
Oh, yeah, he's
Definitely
cool.
go check it out.
Awesome, awesome. And with that, everyone, if you hear IRL, it doesn't end yet. I think the rain stopped, so some of us are going to take a little adventure over to Abbot Kinney, keep hanging out, keep sharing some alpha, talk some stuff over at SoCal Vibes Co. Everyone online, I'm sorry. We're going to have to see you later. Love you. We'll be back next Thursday. I think it's 2-year anniversary.
Shout out to 2 years.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Little after show will start now. That's it. Thank you, everyone. Peace. Play some music, someone. Yes, let's grab a pic. Let's grab a pic real quick. Buckets. Buckets. Yeah, gotta stay for the photo. Real quick, we're gonna grab one photo.
You're on pre-show? You're on post-show?
Yeah. How you feeling?
Got that. Got that. Ask you both, right?
Are we queued up?
Just
Yeah, we have something like
All right. I'm gonna ask you guys some questions, if that's okay. Cool. How was the show overall, though? It was good.
That's how good it was.
I remember. I remember the very first week that I was here. I had my phone out and I was adding new tabs for everything they were talking about. I was like, wow, I'm learning so much. I gotta go research all this when I get back home. And now I go and I'm just watching. I'm like, oh, okay, nice. I don't have time to learn that new thing. Oh, that's cool. All right, I don't really have time to learn that new thing, but that's cool. But I do remember the first many times I was like, I need to get every detail of all of this down. But hey, I think we're live. So, Luke God.
Oh, that was a good show,
Hello,
everybody.
ladies and gentlemen.
I don't even know if this mic works. I'm just gonna talk into phone.
You know, I think it does. Let's see. Let's hold on to it and I'll rip it off. Yeah, it's blue.
Oh, okay. So that means it works.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic.
Welcome.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
To the post show. Whoa.
If you're still watching,
indeed,
then welcome. It turns out if you were watching and you noticed the rain, that wasn't rain. That was hail.
It was hail.
It hailed.
Got confirmed
in
pictures.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. You know,
which is awesome.
I do remember it snowed one time at the beach.
It has snowed. We're gonna learn how to gyroscope. Don't worry.
How do I drive this?
Don't worry. I can deal with the technology.
I'm pretty sure this is how this is supposed to go.
Yeah, if I go like this.
Yeah, I'm pointing to the left and it's going to the right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's upside down.
This is us. We're actually at
definitely
zero
upside
gravity
down.
in here. I'm the
Yes.
only one in 0G. Everyone else.
Oh,
seems to
you
be
know what? I
normal.
think I turned it off.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't turn it off.
That'll do it.
It's on. I see the green light.
That'll do it.
Jerry.
Sorry,
Jerry,
everybody.
help me. So,
I'll
Mr.
just sit
Luke
down.
God.
Okay, well,
How are
this
we
is
doing
more of
today?
a radio show than it is. Oh, we're doing well.
Indeed.
We're doing well. I hope
Indeed.
everyone else
So, Mr. Luke God,
is doing well. What's going on?
what have you been working on recently?
Man, we're building a lot. I mean, every time you hear something digital in the world, we're trying to have some sort of perspective on it. I don't know. We like to help people tell stories. We like to help people have a gift shop. That's kind of what we do. We're a gift shop on demand, but
So we were chatting a little bit about some different packs that people might be inclined to get.
yeah, if you've ever been to a conference and felt unprepared, we're trying to help you feel prepared.
It's true.
Yeah, this comes from a variation of swag. Do you have the swag that you need to rep who you are at a conference? When someone sees you, do they know who you are? Or, all the way to, do you have a business card? Do you even know how to give someone your contact information quickly and efficiently?
It's true.
There's so many different aspects of communication, and we were kind of going over that. I really liked our conversation.
I did enjoy it. We were talking about the Web3 networking pack, right?
Oh, yeah.
Backpack with your favorite IP, kind of like your Twitter banner where it shows everything. You got the
Yes.
socks.
Yes,
you got
the
the
IRL
slides,
banner.
The sweats or pajama pants got to be comfy, right? Look good, feel good, network
Sick,
good, right?
Nick is actually the brand manager. He doesn't know yet.
Yeah, hey, I don't know anything about loot, but I am talking to the loot god, and what he says is
it's a name.
law.
It's a name. I hope everyone watching the show had a good time. I hope you're having a good Thursday.
There's also the Web3 Spaces, the late night Spaces pack we were chatting about.
Yes.
Also, pajama pants, maybe
sloth cloth.
Yeah. A little mug for some tea.
Yeah, you got
hot
your
cocoa.
tea. You got your mushroom add-in on there. I don't know what kind of psychedelics you're rocking with, but you want to be comfy.
Yeah.
You want to lean back and be able to talk.
Yeah.
Cook.
Yeah.
Dream all in one.
You should have those plug-in earphones from Apple because it's got the microphone.
Hell
And then the MagSafe charger, you just flip it right onto the
It's a
back.
lifestyle. It's a
true.
Web3 lifestyle right there.
And then bitmap billionaires.
Bitmap billionaires. What do you think about that?
I think that that's going to happen. I think
All
people
right.
are going to like have a bunch of bitmaps. They're going to make a ton of money, and they're going to want to be like, oh, this is the thing that made me a lot of money, and it's like personalized to me. Let me turn it into a pattern, turn it into a little suit, turn it into some pants or something.
Anything you want.
And you'll see,
Anything you want.
Yeah,
Your
you know,
bitmap,
plug in your bitmap.
your fabric.
Boom.
MPD.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Well, which to-go kit is your favorite, Big Dog?
Oh
Or
man,
Luke Dog?
Which to-go kit, man. Anything where I can be comfortable, you know.
Yeah.
I try to be minimal. I don't like have a lot of stuff, but I like to have it tight. You got a phone case. That's all you need to. That's all you need to communicate who you are.
You know,
just wrap a phone case.
We could even tap our phones.
Oh yeah, look at that. Steve Jobs thought of it all, everybody.
And now you got the contact. Now you got the contact. A little receive only, a little share. Don't leave my number
type
to
in the
the
password.
authorities.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
It's true. All right, well, let's go.
Let's get this post show going. All right,
And I'm
who are we
trying to
talking
figure
to?
out how the F this thing works.
All right.
Thank you, Luke.
Yes. All right. Good night, everybody.
With the one and only LG. How do I turn this thing? Maybe this is the issue. Do I need to turn it off? We got it working again, baby. We got it working. All right, who am I looking for? Who do I want to chat with?
What was that? You were just like showing.
Let's see. Where's Los, bro? My boy, Los.
Text me right now and be like, Monday one.
Me?
What's up, Los?
Oh, what's up? I guess I'm doing post show now.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
No,
but let's go talk to Slime.
You know we never go upstairs. That's the rule.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right.
I'll
all
switch
right.
off with you.
Okay. Let's find our next. Tom, can I chat with you for post show?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're with Mr. Tom Lynch. Would you mind holding on to the mic? I got this one right here, so we're chilling. Well, Tom, you showed me how to make stickers on ChatGPT, and now I'm the best texter I know.
Well, that's fantastic.
My family group chat really goes hard.
Custom Pepes.
Custom whatever I want.
Yep.
Custom penguins. I like to use Pepes. It's like a personification of everyday person.
Right in the pussy.
And then, but then everyone's like, why am I a frog? And I go, we're all frogs. We're all
deep down.
Yeah, we're all Pepe. But they don't accept it. So then I've had to move to penguins, bunnies, rabbits, that kind of thing. But overall, a very valuable skill, and I appreciate you showing me it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Enough about me. How are you doing? How's your week been? What are you looking forward to?
I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to another week of rain. It's really way too fucking wet here. And I love this show. I was very happy to be back. I've been gone for a little while now, and this was a great show to come back to. Bunch of beautiful new art up on the walls, and still talking about NFT art that I can short to zero somehow.
Maybe.
Yeah. If anyone will take the other side. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Nice, very nice. Are you working on anything that's exciting that you can talk about moving forward?
I've been working with the Mistral models. The Mistral and Mixtral models from Mistral Labs are incredible. They're the best models out there for LLMs, in my opinion. They run smooth. And Jarvis from Iron Man will be a real product soon. Right now, my Mistral can't do much other than control my smart lights, but eventually it will control my microwave and oven.
Nice. So it's building your own Alexa, but better?
Oh, it's gotta be. Alexa's too bad.
Alexa's bad and also is always listening and steals your data?
And it sends it off to the cloud. I want it local.
Okay.
You
nice.
can run Mistral on 13090. It's great.
I was figuring out the lamps in my room, and now it's like 6:15 a.m. It tells me the weather, turns on the lights, what's going to happen that day.
The Philips Hues, they're nice.
But the fact that you're building all of that from scratch is very impressive, very exciting.
You want the model to do it.
Yeah. And it's Mistral.
Mistral. Mistral. The company is Mistral. Their big model is called Mixtral because they're funny like that.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Pretty clever.
Yeah. So but it's incredible because it's a 7 billion model, which means it's easy to run on consumer level hardware. And the Mixtral model is actually 8 of those 7 billion models running in unison.
And so 7 billion data points, 7
billion parameter model.
Okay.
So equivalent to the Llama 7 billion model.
Oh, and so
which is the smallest Llama model.
And so is that kind of like parameters like 2D is X, Y, 3D is X, Y, Z, and this is 7 billion parameters? Like, it can go all...
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. If we're talking about like space.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's very cool. Definitely outside of my range, but sounds very exciting. Are you going to be here Sunday? I think in the chat, Stanley was saying something about creating an AI model based off of SpongeBob. Is that something that you'll be around here for, or you're going to be grinding the Mistral Mixel?
Possibly. I'm traveling pretty close now to go up to Napa, but one of these Sundays I will be here, and we will be controlling lights with models because, I mean, what else are computers for if not turning on and off lights?
Nice. And then final question, thank you for taking the time. Where do you think this will be what you're working on by the end of this year? Will your entire house be smart? Is that not even like a question? It'll be definitely there and even then some, or where do you think you'll be at with this particular project by the end of the year?
It'll definitely be smart. I want to have an avatar that embodies the model, and I want that avatar to be able to switch between the TV on my bottom floor and the TV on my top floor so that I can see it and talk to it. I'll set up some cameras in the house so that they can see me, and we'll see where it goes.
Awesome. GLB?
GLB
file?
GLB file.
3D file for that character?
Oh, probably not. The 2D's easier. The models annotate 2D so well. But, I mean, the 3D model for the character, maybe.
Gotcha. And are you going to SoCal Vibes?
I think so.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time, Tom. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Y'all recording those shows afterwards?
Yeah, it's up there. And it's part of the stream, and Los does the pre-show, and then sometimes I'll do the post-show, but he'll do the post-show a lot as well. Cool. Let's go find our next...
Go find the next victim.
Exactly. How are we doing?
We're doing good.
Can I interview you gentlemen about the show and about what you're working on? Cool. Crab Dad, good to see you. I'm here with two legends, Mr. Chris Arbon and Crab Dad.
He has a much more interesting name than I do. So.
Well, then we'll start with him first. You're getting the Apple Vision Pro tomorrow.
I am. I'm very excited about it.
What is the first thing you're going to do with it?
I just want to like put a screen on the ceiling and lay down and do some fucking work.
Nice.
Looking at the ceiling. That's what I want to do.
Do you feel that it will? I like that, right? I like that I can be like, work on this task here, work on that task there. Then I feel that I have so many tabs open on my laptop already that soon I will not be able to see anything because I am covered in a sphere of just tabs of to-do. What is your strategy to avoid such a situation?
I'm actually worried about that of like forgetting I'm leaving windows open and then like walking into a room and being overwhelmed and like, yeah, I'm hoping that there's like a clear everything. I purge my windows like every 2 days for that reason. So.
Wonderful. That's good. That's good. And then if you have any software updates, you can run those, which is good.
Exactly.
I need to take that advice.
I'm also very excited to cook. If you've seen like the, oh yes, Wall Street Journal reporter was like putting timers on like different pots and like cutting onions and not crying because it blocks your eyes.
That's true. You won't cry.
So I'm excited to cook in it.
Bon appetit. How are you feeling about all this tech innovation, XR, AR, VR? I know it was a point at the end of the show.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I mean, my head for the last week has been in something else completely, so it's great. I love coming here every week because I really get caught up on whatever I'm sort of missing. But yeah, it was a great show. It was really, really great.
Awesome. You've been making a lot of different avatars, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of different characters that seem like you're diving into like AI generation.
Those are actually experiments, just sort of testing some things out for something that I'm working on. So these are just sort of like little experiments of how I'm going to evolve that in a different way.
Okay.
But I was doing that a couple weeks ago, and now where my head's been the last couple weeks, I wrote 2 articles.
Okay.
Actually, I spent a lot of time going deep into these because there's a lot that I want to say about music and the space, and it's very complicated, the issues, and I go into the spaces, and it's
You can go
tough.
for it.
Yeah, it's tough to get. I have not really felt that compelled to really get in and talk that much in there. So I figured I'd write, and it's something that really puts all of my ideas down kind of in one place.
Nice.
So, I posted last week, and it's been really interesting because I've got some, I've been just sort of sending it to people, getting their responses, and so far that has been very, very, very interesting. So, I mean, if anybody is interested in music, what's happening in the, this is beyond just the Web3 music. I'm really looking at sort of the history and how we got where we're at, and my assessment. Again, this is my take on it, I'd love to open up the conversation, and that's really, I see a lot of problems with it, and I really feel that within Web3, art scene, what's happening there, I think is really going in that's going in a healthy direction. I know it's really complicated, but music really feels like it's reverting back to just the same Web2 model. And I think that's this thing that we're caught in, and I want to explore solutions and how that can be turned around.
Shout out 1980K in the chat during the show. You said, as an artist, I came into Web3 on the promise of royalties and more independence, actually owning what I create. That's pretty much along the main thesis of your point.
Yeah, and looking at why, though, too. I think it's really important to sort of understand so that we don't just repeat it. And so if you're, just go to my Twitter. It's Chris Arvon is my handle. It's not the top tweet right now, but I did a thread today. It was my pinned tweet for like the last week.
Okay.
But now I did a thread because this sort of breaks it down in the thread, and then you can read the full article at the bottom. You can reach out to. But yeah, anybody has any thoughts, want to DM me, my DMs are open. I'm really interested in talking about it. And this sort of sets the stage for what I'm working on. And I'm getting that ready because I want to try to do something that will sort of spearhead the other direction. It's an ambitious thing to go for, but that's what I'm working on. So.
Wonderful. And where can they find you if they want to DM you about this article?
On my Twitter, which is my handle. My last name is Arvan. First name is Chris, all one word, and that's my handle. So,
cool. Wonderful.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, Chris.
Pleasure as always.
I'll see you at SoCal Vibes. All right, who do we want to chat with next? Let's see. This is a good question.
Do you have to hold it? Maybe I could bring a balance or something? No, but I mean next time I could try to bring the weight, counterweight.
Oh, is it doing the thing again?
Yeah, it's doing that thing again.
So I think, try it. Hold the red, and then try to turn it on again. It was being weird. Oh, there we go. Cool.
Sorry? Okay.
Can I chat with you for a second, actually?
I want to try to talk to this other homie, but I appreciate it.
Sounds good, of course. Likewise, thank you, bro.
Thread guy's right there. Did you get thread guy yet?
Yeah, we can chat with him. He's chatting with Nick right now.
Go get thread guy or go get Nico.
All right. Oh, I would like to talk with Trans. Do you gentlemen mind if I cut in and ask you some questions? Cool. I'm here with Trancy and Day After. Good to see you, gentlemen. Hope you're doing well. Can I get your thoughts on the show today?
I wasn't here, I just got here.
Welcome.
Yeah.
You're here for the after then.
I know. I came for afterwards.
That's wonderful. That's good. How about yourself?
I thought it was a good show. We got to learn a little bit more about Doodles and what they got cooking up. And, what they have going on right now, it just makes me bullish on the whole project.
Very nice. Well, what have you been focused on throughout this past week?
I just trade a lot of shit coins.
Yeah?
Yeah. Today was top G. I don't know if you saw what was going on, but I think somebody sim swapped Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate literally tweeted a coin called top G, and it's at like $5 million market cap right now.
And this was after he said that he was going to drop it, or that was
No,
the
he
sim
said he's
swap
never
itself?
gonna drop a coin, and it's like the same people that probably did Milk. So somebody dropped a coin last week called Milk in Sydney Sweetney from I forget the show that she's on. Euphoria. Yeah, and she fucking tweeted the Milk coin, and then it was like like Mommy Milkers or something, and so. It's just weird that like celebrities are getting hacked and tweeting coins. I mean, it's almost like it's an inside job,
If you were that person, who would you go for next?
If I was that person, who would I go for next? Donald Trump's. I mean, if the president tweeted it, that'd be insane.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
got the cards.
Yeah, he does have the cards. He came out with the second edition. Do you guys have either of those?
His coin would go to 100 million if it was really it for him.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him to just like do that himself, rug it, get campaign funds,
I mean, it's not unheard of, yeah.
It's fair. Hey, so I saw you were in the OD Labs end of 2023 video. Very exciting stuff. I'm curious about your connection to OD Labs, and then also, have you burned your Founders Pass, and are you going to be getting yourself a Lulu?
Yeah, so I actually just burned my Founders Pass early this week. Okay. And when it comes to OD Labs, man, I'm just passionate about AR. It's the future. I've actually been in AR since 2016 through this app called View, I think. It doesn't exist anymore. But me and a friend were able to do paintings and make that project of the screen. So, but I abandoned it back then. But to see the fact that OD Labs is creating the first on-chain AR companion is crazy. I'm excited to see what's capable and looking forward to that.
And you're a member of the CloneX community, the Clone LA community. What is it that the different AR projects in the space bring to the table, or what is it that each of them all, not provide for you, but like, what is the angle for each one, if that makes sense?
I feel like, CloneX being 3D first, they have an advantage because you're able to then just build with that IP itself and create like AR filters. Because you see a lot of clones wearing their own clone as a head, so you can interact with it. Like a lot of projects don't even have 3D capabilities. And recently, Nifty Island just launched. I was able to put my clone in there and use my clone as the main character. But one of the things that brought me into Artifact and OD Labs was the whole VFX where they use like augmented reality, but they did it on the computer to simulate the alternative thing. Like there's a video, an Artifact video, where they just go like this and they showcase the sneakers.
Okay, very cool. And have you gone to like different IRL meetups for Clone LA?
I've been almost to all the IRL meetups. I'm an IRL maxi, I guess.
Love to see it. Very nice.
So I went to the Goshen event in New York in 21.
Okay.
Without even having a clone, just for the vibes, right? And I ended up connecting with a lot of them. It's been cool. Been to many other IRL events.
Did you get the ghosts and the voids and those?
Yeah, I've been to all four,
yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
Are you gonna wear them or hold on to them?
I'll probably wear two.
Which ones will you wear? Which ones will you hold on to?
I'll definitely wear the CloneX and the OG.
Okay.
Because like they stand out.
Yeah.
They do.
Very nice, very nice. I like it. Yeah, it seems like there's nothing quite like those shoes. I saw there was like, I think it was Dre, he quote tweeted like Dunks of 2024, and it was like, where are the ones that are actually the coolest,
Yeah.
Like didn't even see them in that graphic. So.
Right, like by the time the summer hits, the Dunks are gonna be coming out and everybody's gonna be wearing them, and they're a head breaker. Like they shoot themselves, the technology behind it, and the fact that you could 3D print your own things to attach to it.
Yeah.
It just makes it super dope, and exciting to see what's going to happen next.
Very nice. Well, I know you and I are definitely going to chat. SoCal vibes.
Yeah, dog.
A pleasure. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you taking the time. Thanks for letting me step into your combo, you know. I appreciate it. Swan.
We don't need to interview those swans.
Can I just ask you one question then?
Yeah, ask me. Go ahead.
All right. I have a gift card to Foot Locker. What should I get?
You should get some Crocs.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Cool.
Motherfucking Swan in the house.
Let's go find our next victim. Or, hey, Los, you want to play some Connect 4? You hate when I ask that question. It's true, it's true, it's true. Mika, can I ask you some questions, please?
I want to, but I need to do something right. Be right back.
Okay. We'll be right back. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Then maybe I should. All right, who do you think, Los? Who do we want? Mr. Troy. You're gonna grab Troy?
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you think?
I'm thinking I can get away with grabbing Troy's butt again.
I don't condone. I'm looking away. I'm looking this way. How do you feel about
We can get the CEO to do it.
It's true. But shall we interrupt or?
Yes, I always interrupt.
All right, all right.
Just buying.
How's it going, you guys? Can I ask you just some questions for the post show, please?
Sure.
Awesome.
I have another question for you, but go ahead.
Okay.
How's it going? We're here with one of our great panelists from the evening. My name's Nick. It's nice to
Julian.
meet you. Thank you,
Nice to meet
Julian. How do you feel? How was the panel? Great job. Some great stuff you guys were talking about. What are your takeaways? How is IRL experience so far?
This was fun. I mean, the energy you get from a live audience, the energy you get from a live stream, people tuning in from all over the world, you really can't replicate that with anything. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are kind of nervous speaking in public, and for me, it's you get energy, you get to feel the emotion of people, you get to see that people care about the words that are coming out of your mouth. Sometimes when you're on Twitter, when you're in these other spaces, you kind of feel like you're just shouting into an echo chamber. Here, that live, real-time interaction, I think is really special. So I loved it, man. I like people coming together. I hated COVID. That was terrible.
Absolutely. So you guys, broke some boundaries and some expectations in this past year. Do you think that it's now coming full circle and you're setting a trend as far as getting in front of Web2 audiences and really onboarding people who don't know about it, don't want to know about it, to your point, right? It's a revolution that they didn't ask for. And do you see a lot of people replicating those tactics now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think there's a few of us that are doing it particularly well, but I think a lot of the strategy that we've put out into the world, a lot of the things that we've said, you're going to find people follow that playbook because it's a playbook that's frankly working for us, and it's working for some other projects. And I think the spirit of Web3 is kind of having these strategies being open source. So, when Pudgies puts Overpass in the world, when we put our bucket auction in the world, when we put our teleporter from ETH to Flow, and actually you can move assets and NFTs from one place to the other, other projects are going to start doing these things because they work, and that's awesome. That's going to lift the entire space up. So I look forward to people learning more about our journey, what we're about to release this year, and imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? It means we're doing something well if you see people start to adopt it.
Awesome. I'd love to ask you one more question.
Sure.
If it's someone's very first week in Web3, what piece of advice would you give them?
Good question. Very first week in Web3. give it time. There's highs, there's lows. It's like anything, you know, like really lean in, do your research, vibe with the community, like get in Discord, talk to people, tweet a little bit, get out of your comfort zone, because this, you know, as intimidating of a space as this is, it's also really welcoming, and there's a lot of magic here. And I like, you know, once you take the red pill, there's really no way of going back. Like, people ask me a lot, you know, oh, you left Billboard, you know, NFTs are down, like, you regret your decision, you're gonna go get, like, you know, another big job. I'm like, no, I don't think I could ever go back to that life knowing what I know now. So I just say give it time, because the space it's pretty remarkable when you give it a chance.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
This
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll be going to SoCal Vibes?
I don't think so. I have to get to another party, but this was awesome, man. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much for
A
having me.
wanted man. That's great. All right.
What's
Thanks
up,
so
man?
much. Take it easy.
Sorry?
When the G-Shock drop. Love to see it. Love to see it. All right.
Where are we going, Nick? Where are we going?
All right. It's time. Where's Vegan?
Is it time for Vibes Co, sir?
It's time for Vibes,
Vibes Co. We all go party at Vibes Co, because you know how the
Vibes
IRL crew does it. We go
Co.
hard.
It's time for Vibes Co. Hey, Los, do you want to play Connect 4?
I do. As soon as I put this camera down, let's hit it.
Here, I got it. Hey, Los, how's your evening this evening?
My evening is going lovely. Camera gimbal's having a little bit of technical difficulties. You gotta handhold it.
Don't you hate it? Don't you hate
know,
when that happens?
We just vibe with the technical difficulties. I mean, take a look at the audience tonight. We have a full house. We had an amazing panel tonight. We had the legend, Thread Guy. We had Mika the Goat. We had Julian, the CEO of Doodles. We have Austin over there walking away, who works with Doodles in some capacity that I cannot remember. But, man, dude. Thank you guys, chat. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us. You know the vibes. We're heading over to Vibes Co. If you're in Venice, do we keep going? Do we keep doing it? What do we do, Nick? Are we going to Vibes Co?
It's time to go to Vibes Co.
It's time to Vibes Co. Thank you, chat, for tuning in. We love you. We can't do this show without you. It's your boy, Lo Swayze, Nick Web3 behind the camera. We're signing out. Thank you very much.
Jerry. 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 Jerry.